Max when Luke decides to show up and actually do this show. You know, because we got to wait every fucking
I know.
week.
You know what we should do? We should make a song.
Yeah, honestly,
called "Waiting on Luke."
If he were sitting right here, right now, you know what I would fucking say to him? You know what I would look at him and say?
Tell me. Please tell me.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of October 1st, 2023. This doesn't matter. This is... I'm sorry. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams. I hurt his feelings.
You know what?
I'm sorry. You're a sensitive man.
I am.
I took it seriously.
Yeah, you did.
My bad.
Well, here's the deal. Just don't let it happen again.
You know what? I probably will.
Okay.
This is our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. I'm Caleb Black, along with our in-studio, what is the word? Correspondence. I'm sorry, I've been drinking since noon.
Yeah, he hasn't put fingers in his nose.
Sweet Tea and Jelly Bean. Unfortunately, we don't have Big Bad John this week. He's on assignment.
Yes.
He's away from the office. So all of this macabre and chicanery is left completely to ourselves. Because we don't have Big Bad John. Which, by the way, Big Bad John, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, can't wait to see what happens.
That's right. Also, I remember to take lots of pictures. Lots and lots of pictures of your travels.
Well, how many pictures can you have? Like
lots
hold
and
on.
lots.
If you put tea in one, and Kool-Aid in one, and lemonade in one, and water in one, how many other pictures you got?
We got to have some iced tea in one. And then there was this one video I saw online once. It was a guy, a girl, and a picture.
Would you stop licking my hand? We're adults. That's very immature of you.
Special K will be here later.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Luke, how's your Sunday, buddy?
You put your hand over my mouth forcefully.
We'll talk about it later.
You and your just dangerous self. No, it's the
I asked you to do
day.
one fucking thing.
Here's the day. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yes, be a lot of things, a lot of times. I'm taking that one. There's nobody here. No one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. It's fine. It's for me. Can I have something for me? Can I have something for me?
Maybe if you dressed up a little.
Well, maybe if you take me out more.
Well, I would if you stop nagging me all the time.
Well, you know, sometimes you just got to do things. Ow! Abusive. Something wrong with you.
Max, how's your Sunday?
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Excellent. Sweet Tea, Jelly Bean, how we doing in the studio today?
Not too bad. Fantastical.
And again, here I
Sean
sit.
James.
Special K. Gee, Luke, don't sound so excited about your wife showing up.
I didn't say anything.
You know, we were just saying, too, how excited we were and how happy we were you were going to be here.
Special K, I'm excited.
And I got to say, Luke was none to him.
Really,
none
we're
too
just gonna do this to me right off the hammer. Fantastic.
That's not true. That's not true. It's not that he wasn't enthusiastic. He didn't mention it at all. All right. So, I'm kidding. I'm kidding again. I'm just teasing.
Yeah,
I love you.
I want this for me.
Give
me this.
I'll smack the shit out of you. All the rumors will be true.
All right.
All right.
Give me
so,
5 minutes.
We got lots of wrestling to talk about today. We got some news to talk about. We got a lot of big news.
We do.
This week.
We have a lot of big stories.
We got pay-per-view recaps.
Yep,
we got a pay-per-view actually going live here in about 40 minutes.
That one.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. We're gonna get Big Bad John's picks and put them on.
We'll do
Facebook.
that. We'll do that later on when we post it up.
But we're gonna take the 4 matches that have been announced for Fastlane. We're gonna take our picks for those.
And remember, if you follow the page, we will post the additional matches announced this week.
And then, of course, next week's show we'll be able to give you a full review.
Exactly.
Of the pay-per-view.
But tonight we get to talk about No Mercy last night, which was a banger pay-per-view for
Barn
NXT.
burner from top to... See, you seeing what I was saying all
you
these
know what?
times now?
We'll get into it here in a bit, but I genuinely was proven wrong about my opinion about NXT last night.
Very good show.
We've also got Wrestle Dream.
Yep.
AEW. Yep. It's supposed to be AEW and NJPW. Not super heavily emphasized on the more local national Japanese
didn't really
talents.
push it a lot either, but
we got into it last week with the extension of HBO Max and AEW.
Yes.
They're going to get more pay-per-views, and they're not always going to be promoted as well. However, it is worth mentioning, gentlemen and ladies, the main event of AEW Wrestle Dream tonight is Christian Cage against Darby Allin for the TNT title, and one Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge,
soon to be a free agent.
Is a free agent.
Technically is as of
with
today.
A no-compete clause.
No compete clause.
No compete clause. So he could show up tonight at the end of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And obviously
If
have
that's
some
going to be the main event, it kind of makes
have
sense.
some communal time with Christian Cage. Perhaps he helps Christian keep the belt. Perhaps
He doesn't.
he helps Christian lose the belt.
Yeah,
It's all speculation. It's all rumor and innuendo.
Rumor and innuendo.
If you are a fan of Gorilla
Dash.
Monsoon,
Mhm.
you would have understood that reference.
Yeah, well, I mean.
But if you're not a fan of Gorilla Monsoon, why are you watching our show?
No, I was about
It's
to
a wrestling
say, I
show.
kind of looked like him in his younger days.
Yeah, except that you're not 6'6" and half black.
Yeah, and I own most of my teeth.
Right. Of all of those other things,
Paying off the
despite
endless.
your very white personage and you're being very Italian, you look just like him. Shut up. All right. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into our top story.
For that interesting little lull we just had.
Yeah, that was fun. We should do that more often.
Jade Cargill.
Yes.
Not only officially signed with the WWE, as reported last week, but has had all of the pomp and circumstance and the red carpet rolled out for her by the WWE promotional team and the WWE in-house teams, as demonstrated this past weekend with Corey Graves and Michael Cole.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what lays in the honestly the immediate future. I'm sure if she's in the performance center, it's not going to take her long. She catches on really fast.
Right.
Michael Cole and them did a really good package on SmackDown over Jade Cargill with the announcement. I mean, he's done more than Cody Rhodes did, and that's saying a lot.
Well, and here's the cool part. I think at least. Cody was an established WWE name who returned. Obviously, to all of the, again, pomp and circumstance the WWE could offer after he went away and established himself. This is the first time since AEW's inception that a homegrown star, not counting, the copious amount of people who may have wrestled AEW Dark or Dynamite matches who got signed for NXT, which that's happened quite a bit, or NXT wrestlers who left AEW and then went to Japan, vice versa.
Right.
She's the first AEW star, organically grown, homegrown, not with any other promotional material, to sign with the WWE. And the WWE is treating her like the first AEW star who signed with the WWE.
Yeah, to come over.
And her physique.
Well, she had stated in an interview the reason that she decided to come to the WWE
was because Cody.
Well, not only that, but she said, "I want to leave a legacy."
Yeah.
And
for her daughter.
Where else am I going to do that?
Yeah.
But the show.
Not to
Everyone knows you could diss WWE all you want.
Go ahead.
WWE will forever be the show.
Exactly.
It is what you aspire to as a professional wrestler.
And let's be clear,
Or a hot dog and a handshake.
Jade in AEW, while her in-ring work was not necessarily up to par, which will get sorted out at the Performance Center with the best trainers and focus in the
Michael's
world.
probably hands-on training.
Not to mention hands-on training from WWE superstars as she wrestles them. She'll learn from the likes of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
Do you think that's why Becky's doing the NXT thing is because she's been at the Performance Center getting Jade Cargill ready? And that's why she's been in Florida as much as she has been for the NXT push.
I think that
other than the obvious reason of pushing NXT as a model.
she and Seth live in Florida.
Closer to home.
Closer to home, closer to the kid. And also,
can make it a valuable point.
Who right now does Becky have to work with? Asuka's women's champion.
No.
I'm sorry. Io Sky's women's champion. Rhea Ripley's women's champion. What better way to use Becky right now? Because there's a bit of a lull for her.
I 100% agree.
Is working with younger talent.
Becky Lynch is not going to be put over Rhea Ripley at this time.
Not right now.
It's not going to happen.
She's not going to take the belt off Io, especially with Kairi Sane coming in.
Correct.
Becky Lynch right now is in the best spot because she can pick her schedule and she's working on elevating the next generation of women's wrestlers.
It's pretty cool.
Which you remember if in NXT, when she, Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte always talked, their entire thing was, we want to get to the next point so we can get the next girls ready. Charlotte's been away off and on with cosmetic surgery, the marriages, injuries. Bayley, away for an injury. Sasha Banks, no longer with the company. Who better than the woman who won the first WrestleMania main evented by women, who currently doesn't really have... It's not that she doesn't fill a spot, it's she doesn't have to.
She doesn't have to be a champion.
So she
she doesn't have to be on the main roster.
Right. She went to NXT on her own volition, working with younger talents, and I imagine she'll be there for a minute, but how... apropos, using Cody Rhodes' word, thank you very much, for Jade's timing that if she does come to NXT right now, she's got Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Again, the first woman in history to win the
What
all-women's main event.
What if she takes the belt from Becky Lynch?
That could very well happen.
Yeah.
And honestly, what a great rub for Jade. But in the meantime, what we were talking about before, she's got the best training facility. She's got the best mind. Shawn Michaels, BG James, Jamie Noble, Nigel McGuinness, Matt Bloom, and not just through NXT, but WWE as well.
Well, then you have, what is it, Saraya?
Right.
That is the female trainer at the Performance Center. Isn't that Saraya?
Saraya's in AEW.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, Del Rey. Lena Del Rey?
Yeah, whoever it is.
Something like that. She's
Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey, thank you.
The point is that she's surrounded right now with the best possible talent, the best possible trainers, the best working facility in the world. She already came in with experience and a physique and a name. What better way for her to come to the WWE than with some pomp and circumstance? Because
100%.
it doesn't matter how they package her. She's got 3 months to train before she gets on TV.
Yes.
In 3 months, a person of her caliber should be the best women's worker, period.
And here's the deal. You're going to get her in Charlotte. You're going to
Yeah.
get her in Bianca Belair. You're going to get her in Asuka.
Her and Asuka. Jade Cargill versus Asuka, please, motherfucker.
Rhea Ripley.
Come on. See, I think if Jade's going to take a belt from anybody on the main roster, I think it should be Rhea. Only because Rhea has such a genuinely intimidating physical stature. Jade's the only other woman physically who stands up to her.
Yes.
We're not talking about Nia Jax, who has size and power. Who's that other girl that I like with the flippy move?
The one with the flippy move?
Yeah, she comes off her shoulder. She's been on Raw every week.
Piper Niven?
No, not Piper Niven. God damn it. She wrestled Nia Jax this past week.
She wears a whole lot of barrettes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zoe Stark.
Zoe Starks. I genuinely thought she was going to be like the next. She should be the next women's like major star.
Her and Baszler are going to have a hell of a run.
But as far as stature and physicality, Zoe Stark's the only one that I believe that matches up to Rhea.
Hmm.
Jade Cargill walking in already matches up to Rhea.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't have to see her work. You put them in a promo together for a month and just standing next to one another. Jade's as tall, as physically diverse, cuts just as good a promo. Honestly, even if their first match sucks, she still has all of the elements to make it matter.
But here's the deal.
She's
See,
the
as
black
somebody that's me that wasn't sold on Jade in the
Blacker the
beginning.
berry, the sweeter the juice.
I wasn't sold on Jade in the beginning.
Right. A lot of people weren't.
I wasn't. I thought, okay, they're pushing this person too fast.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. And she made a believer out of me.
Yeah. Well, and let's be clear, her ring work wasn't necessarily the best.
No.
But
Whose is? Who's perfect? Nobody.
But for a varsity year to hold the TBS title she broke, what was it? She had 82 title defenses
Yeah.
over the course of almost 2 years.
Yeah. Legitimately had the longest reign.
I mean, had a reign we would right now put up against Gunther
Seth Rollins.
as Intercontinental Champion.
Seth Rollins.
Right. Well, she was TBS.
But she's defended the title so many
she
times.
was TBS champion longer than Seth was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, coming in the door,
I think it was 175 defenses or something.
you're getting
like
treated like a star.
sound like Goldberg.
You look like a star. You talk like a star.
So you're going to act like one, you're going to get treated
and
like
you're going to get treated like one. And honestly, put her in the ring with anybody. Let her learn as she goes. She's already got the fundamentals. It's not that she's bad.
Yeah.
She's not as seasoned as Charlotte. But then again,
Who is?
we're not talking about any other wrestler. We're talking about Charlotte Flair. Grew up in the Flair household. Not only learned on her own, but learned from the greatest in the business. Becky Lynch. Internationally traveled before she was a WWE
Trained by
superstar.
Finn Balor.
Bayley. International, at least across the U.S., was considered in the Indies the #1 women's wrestler. She's got a wealth of experience to learn from. And she's going to be the next big thing. She's going to be the female equivalent, in my opinion, and this is just an early prediction, she will be the female equivalent to Brock Lesnar in 2003, 20 years later. Jade Cargill will be the #1 name in wrestling, women, men aside, in at least 2 years.
I would bet. I
you know
wouldn't
what?
want to take that bet because I wouldn't want to lose.
Even if she's not, again, what a great mix. The first homegrown AEW star to cross over the line.
And what a star to do it. There you go. It's like rats in a sinking ship.
I don't know about all that.
All right.
Elimination Chamber.
Elimination
Talk
Chamber is
about it,
going
Luke.
to emanate from Perth, Australia.
Perth.
Yes, it exists, Max. Apparently.
Allegedly.
the big news out of Perth today that I found through the
Which fine, Luke.
through my sources and
Tell them about it,
my
Luke. Tell the people at home about
research.
it, Luke. Tell
The
'em.
Rock is being spoiled for a lot of people.
Wait. Is The Rock being spoiled, or is what he's cooking being spoiled?
Both. There's
Okay.
both. Salt and
Or
vinegar.
is he cooking something
Salt
already
and
spoiled?
vinegar chips. It's fine. You just eat one under your tongue.
That's all you
It's
need.
great. No, they announced that the rumor that The Rock is going to actually compete
The Croc?
at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in February from Perth. Endeavor wants WrestleMania this year to be an all-out holy shit show in the best way I can possibly say it. Because it's what they bought. When you buy WWE, when you think WWE, you think
You
WrestleMania.
think WrestleMania?
It's what you bought. It's what you've spent all your money for, and they want
They
their first
started-
year huge. I mean, we've got The Rock, we've got Cena, and all this. The best part about this news is that the Associated Press, who put it out, mentioned that it was the first stop
No.
for The Rock before wrestling Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 40. So basically, Australia ruined or spoiled the match that everyone knew is imminent.
Cody's
It's
never
gonna
going to
happen.
finish the story.
Cody's not going to finish the story because the only way for a Rhodes to finish the story is how Dusty did it.
That's true.
I hate to be vulgar or anything, but the only way to finish the story as a professional wrestler, I'm one, you're one, Max is one, we all know this. For some people, you're going to have to carry me out of the ring.
That's true.
When it's over, but I'm gonna go out the way I lived, and that's in the ring. It's just happening.
Well,
Some of us aren't fortunate enough to be able to do that.
but let's also
Or I would.
iterate one thing. Those plans were made before the writer's strike ended, which were penned because they thought it was going to extend, and The Rock agreeably came to the WWE thinking, I can work this schedule until November because it's only a month.
Yeah.
But last week, the writer's strike ended. Do they have The Rock for a month? Not just because him going back to work. Again, the thing we always run into is a business thing with The Rock, and I want to stress that. It is not The Rock not wanting to wrestle. The Rock has never once said, I won't wrestle.
Yeah.
The Rock makes his money making movies. The people that cover The Rock is the insurance company that allows him to film. Because every single time an actor signs on to a major film, the insurance company has to be willing to pay X amount of dollars should something happen to that actor. The Rock happens to be of such stature and such fame that it's almost impossible for them to allow him to do outside venues, outside bookings, outside anything, because they don't want to cover it in case he gets hurt.
Yeah.
Completely fair and legitimate. Remember, he tore his pec during the Cena match.
Yeah,
The
groin.
second one.
Pulled his groin.
Whichever it was.
Yeah.
He was out of filming for almost 8 months and was the holdup on, what was it, Fast 7? Fast
Something
6?
like that.
One of the Fast movies. So, it's not that The Rock doesn't want to wrestle. It's not that he didn't agree to wrestle. It's not that he doesn't want to main event WrestleMania or whatever. It's that if The Rock's insurance company won't cover him to make movies, which is where he makes the bulk of his money, he won't be allowed to do it.
I think this year, that's already been a lock, and I'll tell you why. As much bad publicity as he has gotten over the DC fall through and all this, coming back to WWE was the
He needed
most...
some culture.
When the crowd exploded like
Yeah.
they did, even he was taking it back.
He was, but again, remember...
He needs as much good publicity as he can possibly get right.
And I don't disagree with that, but just remember, if the stars align perfectly, right? Let's say the WWE pens him to a numerical deal where they pay him enough to get him to hang on until April for WrestleMania, which from now is what, another 6 months.
Yeah.
And he's got to be featured at least 3 or 4 times a year, so we'll say he'll wrestle Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Might have a spot in the Royal Rumble, might win the Royal Rumble, whatever. We only expect him 8 or 9 times. The insurance company can still, at the last minute, the day of WrestleMania, the insurance company can step in and be like, no, we're not covering it, he's going to quit. And he would have to walk out of the main event of WrestleMania. That's one, but again, that's tailored to his contract to Universal, his contract with Warner Brothers. He's got to go back and make his money. Right now, it's a unique thing just because the writer's strike just ended. We will probably get him at Elimination Chamber because they've already advertised it.
Yeah.
And it's an international show. They pulled other older talents to garner the viewership that they need. Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels.
Well, if
The
you have him
Undertaker.
win the Rumble, he can win the Rumble, show up at Elimination Chamber, show up 2 times on Raw, and take
Right.
it home.
But again, that will all depend. It just so happened to time out that he was ready to do this WWE deal, and then the writer's strike ended. I hope we get him the next 6 months. I genuinely do. Right now, with the writers just going back to work, with the filming just picking back up, and he already had a couple things in the can before they went on strike. It'll be interesting to see, A, if he commits, B, if he can't commit, and C, where the money comes from.
Right.
Who's going to cover him? But right now, again, the conversation is still very much The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 6 months out, which is what it was last year.
Yes.
Until the insurance company said no. Hopefully, because the writer's strike is so fresh, it takes 6 months to green light a film.
Yeah.
Because if I can get The Rock every single Friday night on SmackDown,
I'd be okay.
or at least as many as I can, and a few pay-per-views up to WrestleMania, I don't give a shit if they bring back Hornswoggle and he wrestles Hornswoggle in the opener of the first night of WrestleMania. I am still going to pop like a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Woo! That's a 5-year-old girl pop. You're welcome. Also, wouldn't say it like that.
Don't
Just
say it
out
like
there.
that, bro. That's
Weird.
not cool, man.
Gross.
Oh, NXT announced at the pay-per-view last night, which we're going to get into here in a few. The return of the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Starts to begin this Tuesday. There are several names that have been named, but no matches have been built yet.
Yeah.
But last year's Women's Breakout Tournament winner was Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
And as you can see what happened to her, she skyrocketed into the main event.
Yep.
There's a lot of incredible talent. I'm not going to throw out the names just yet, due to the fact I want to wait till we get the brackets.
Sure.
So we can go on the matches.
And let's be, even though we don't know exactly what's said, NXT has always done their tournaments, the Cruiserweight Classic, the Mae Young Cup, the UK Cup they did for the initial title.
The Worlds Collide
NXT's tournament situation has always been amazing.
Yes.
So we can arguably say they're going to get some international women's stars, maybe some indie women's stars, current working NXT women's stars, and put them all together, and it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
The women you see in this tournament, however it shakes out, are going to be the next generation of women's wrestlers. Maybe that's when Jade makes her debut and wins the whole kit and caboodle, pal.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Well, maybe just the kit.
Well, what about the caboodle?
Well, she can't win the caboodle until she, gets to the end. Maybe she wins the kit first. The caboodle comes after.
Why can't the caboodle come first?
Well, because it's not the caboodle and the kit. That would just be fucking ridiculous. You don't have noodles of oodles. You have oodles of noodles in the kit and caboodle.
It makes no sense to me.
That's why it doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just making sure we're on the same page. Shit, just
Same
chew
page.
my head off.
Motherfucker, we're not in the same book. Hey, you know what?
Yes.
I think we should tell the people, Max. You want to tell the people?
You want to tell people what we're telling them?
We should tell the people you can find us over on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. You can find us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. You can send us, fuck you. You can send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. You can also check out streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown or our official website, which is ProWrestlingThrowdown.com, where you can access the
Merch Store!
And over at the
Merch Store!
Yeah,
No.
Yeah!
No.
Yeah!
you can buy Max's merch.
Yeah, you
We
can.
actually have a lot of new merch
We
up
do.
Yeah, we do.
right now.
Yeah.
Go over and buy some stuff.
Yeah, Max, tell the people about the merch.
We've
Tell 'em all
got
about
some
it.
new pet food bowls.
Pet
We've
food.
got a
You
new-
can feed your dog and or cat and or cow for that. I don't give a fuck what
Yeah, hell,
animal
keep
you
it
got.
in the ring.
Give it to an ostrich. But there's a bowl with our logo on it that
What
you
about
can feed
an
the animal from.
emu?
Oh, we don't talk about emus.
Come on, man. You gotta talk about Georgia.
We
We've
don't
got-
talk about pigs either.
Harold was a special soul.
We've got a new fanny pack.
Hey,
A
you got a
fanny
pack
pack?
for
Okay.
your fanny.
Now what is that?
Wait a minute.
Is it a pack full
We're
of
in the
fanny?
UK. That's not.
Or
what
is
that
it a
means.
fanny full of pack?
Well, it depends on how much.
Because if that's the case, tell that British prick to get his dick out of my
Is
butt.
Sean Waltman around again? Is that what we're all full of pack? Is that how this is going?
No, if Sean Waltman were around, we'd all be full of coke.
That's true.
That's
It'd
different.
definitely be one night in China. All right, let's hit us with the next story here, which is I have no idea
Hey, first
because
of
I'm
all, hold
lost.
on. Hey, we have the drawing, right? We got
We did that last weekend.
yeah. Would you let me finish? We had the drawing last month for our winner that's going to meet us this month at AFU Hardcore,
Wolfie.
which means it's October 1st. It's time to introduce a new item for the drawing.
It is.
So that's something y'all should be looking forward to. Remember, every dollar you donate, every dollar you spend, gets you entered into the free merch contest. All the money goes right back into the show. We don't take a look at that.
We haven't decided on the next one yet.
It'll
Your
be neat.
entries still begin now.
The Pro Wrestling Throwdown contraceptives. Sorry, I couldn't think of anything else.
Keep it
Keep it in the ring.
Could we make him change colors,
You're
Max?
welcome.
Is that a possibility? Is that where we're at now?
Mhm.
Yes, Luke. That's exactly where we're at. All right, cool. Then that's
Wonderful.
what we'll do. Then that's good.
All right.
Good talk to you, Max.
Moving on up
All right, hit the next one.
to the east side.
This is the MLW expansion. This is all you.
Sorry. So, MLW, CMLL, and NJPW have penned a tentative working deal together, which means that MLW, as arguably the #1 independent company right now, with AEW having purchased Ring of Honor, CMLL, the #1 company in Mexico, and NJPW, the #1 company in Japan, have all come together and commutatively said, we're going to work together and make this shit cool.
Yeah, 100%. Let's do
Comes off the tail end, though, of the WWE attempting to pen a deal with Pro Wrestling Noah to expand NXT Japan and get some major influence from the Triple Crown winners. You can have the Triple Crown champion versus the world champion, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But right now, we're looking at an intentional globalization effort. Because the other rumor is that after Wrestle Dream tonight, Tony Khan's buying NJPW.
Yes.
Now, we won't know until the end of it, but there are a ton of financial reports coming into play that saying Tony Khan is getting ready to buy them. He's going to own AEW, Ring of Honor, and NJPW. But if that deal goes through, he's got a working relationship with the #1 company in Mexico and the #1 independent company in America.
Yeah.
Against WWE's Mega Machine and Pro Wrestling Noah. Even if that doesn't happen, AEW still has a working relationship with NJPW, has a working relationship with AAA. We're looking at an intentional, globalized force of all of the companies picking a side. And we're not talking just the WWE picking, or WWE and certain companies siding with them, or certain companies siding with AEW. This is all of the companies communicatively saying, who's going to work best in our favor?
Yeah.
If they get Pro Wrestling Noah with the WWE, if AEW keeps their working relationship with this coalition, that means they don't have AAA. So AAA comes over to the United States. AAA has the working relationship with some of the UK companies. CMLL has some of the working relationships with the companies in Germany. We're looking at a mass nationalized global effort right now. It's going to be one side bleeds this color and one side bleeds the other all across the board.
Yeah.
And I personally, if you're a wrestling fan and you're on Twitter, get off of it because I hate you. Secondly, think about that. When WCW was attempting to garner more support in the 1990s, that's when they penned their working relationship with AAA.
Correct.
And NJPW.
Yes.
WCW or WWE responded after the IWGP split to side with AJPW and CMLL.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a recreation. In the 90s, when ECW became the third brand, the hardcore brand in Japan that we covered all last year, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me at the moment, spawned up. Not only is this inspired business for
Frontier Martial Arts,
whichever, FMW.
Yeah.
Either way, right now we're looking at all these other companies getting an opportunity to be showcased with the major billionaires backing them.
Yeah.
That's not including Impact, who still has a televised market, who works in tandem on Access Network with NJPW, has had a working relationship with AEW before. It's about, I know that we always say this, it's about to get interesting. And remember, the last time we said this, what happened? Kenny Omega won 3 world titles from 3 different companies.
Yep.
4 world titles from 3 different companies. It's about to get interesting. We're about to see some international stars pulled in. We're about to see the WWE expand under TKO's reign. We're about to see possibly AEW expand its ownership across to Japan.
Yeah.
This night, after tonight, if they announce that, if they announce a working relationship, the entire landscape of professional wrestling changes tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in professional wrestling terms is still the third longest established still in existence world championship.
Yeah.
Beneath the NWA World title, beneath the WWE, technical WWF World Heavyweight Championship. But again, it's in the lineage. But right now, we could see, 3 or 4 or 5 different international companies picking sides.
Yeah.
It's a cool time to be a wrestling fan, my friend. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
It's a good time to be a wrestling
All
friend,
right,
too.
let's hit us with
Are
the
you a
next-
wrestling friend?
I am a wrestling
Wrestle!
Ow! Ow!
Sorry.
You
All right, first off, We've talked about this, okay? He's not allowed to touch me.
Don't
We have
touch
no,
it,
no. You're the producer. You fix this. And you know he's not allowed to touch me. Are you separating us?
Don't. No. Don't.
Come here.
Put
Come here.
your arm down.
You break them, you keep them.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I get excited.
Don't cross that line.
TNA cross the line.
They also have the
Get
meats.
your fucking glasses.
Who has the meats?
Arby's.
Oh, well.
Not a sponsor, but it could be.
Connection should be. All right. Next story. Sammy Callahan is officially a free agent. Rumors are that AEW wants to bring him in, obviously, to reignite his relationship with the Switchblades with Jon Moxley. AEW seems to be high on him. They like his work. Now, I don't get it.
I don't understand it either, but I mean,
for all the pump, for all the fan love that Jon Moxley gets, bring back his old tag team partner, a guy who does the same kind of style. You got another buffer for an Eddie Kingston.
Yeah,
Kingston.
yeah,
and
you
Ring
got
of
another
Honor.
buffer for somebody who's going to be willing to get down and dirty when he needs to.
My question, though, is, and then let's just talk the logistics part of it. Is he going to be up to par with some of the other competitive talents in AEW?
Well, we know that he wasn't in NXT. He complained the entire time the build for him in NXT
The build, yes, but athletically speaking, Solomon Crowe
was in the
former
best shape
Sammy
he could have
Callahan
possibly been
was a
in.
tremendous worker.
But my problem with that is that he was a problem. That's why he no
Right.
longer works
But
there.
so do we get the opposite here, where he's not as athletically inclined, but gets all the creative freedom he wants?
I mean, if that's
Does
the way he
Sammy-
works the contract.
But I feel like Tony Khan. Look, it's not a body thing. It's a genuine athletic thing. AEW, may not have the best workers in wrestling. They certainly have the best athletes.
Yes.
That's almost inarguable. And we're not talking about like working athletes like a Chad Gable or an Otis.
Right.
We're talking about performance athletes. AEW's got the monopoly. Do I think that Sammy Callahan can fit into the brawler spectrum with a Moxley?
Or a
With an
Penta.
Eddie Kingston or a Penta? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do I think that Sammy Callahan can go in there and wrestle, I don't know, Ray Phoenix? Do I think that he can get in there and have a match with Ray Phoenix, who is among one of the most athletically inclined and gifted wrestlers?
Scorpio Sky.
Claudio?
Ethan Page.
I don't know. That all aside, that's conjecture and opinion, but the fact is, AEW is looking highly on bringing Sammy Callahan in as we speak.
Well, good luck to Sammy Callahan.
Hey, this was a mock-up done I found on Twitter I wanted to talk about. The potential main event of Survivor Series this year. Now, we obviously see that the main event is gearing toward War Games with Cody Rhodes, Jimmy, KO, and Sami Zayn against the Judgment Day, which is Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Dominic.
Yes.
But this
JD McDonough is not officially a part of the Judgment Day.
But
he'll
for
fill
all
the spot.
intents and purposes to fill the spot, he's the guy.
And War Games, while this is a great matchup, this is never going to happen.
No.
It's just not. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes for Survivor Series will be... here's the thing. Honestly, if you want to ask me about where The Rock's coming back, they did that whole thing last year, and he didn't show up for Survivor Series when it was like the 25th anniversary of The Rock. Or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, he didn't even come to his own celebration.
Survivor Series would be the perfect way. The reason he didn't come is because Vince McMahon was in all that shit at the time, and he tried to stray away from it.
Well, and not to mention, if you want to put The Rock in a traditional 5-on-5 or even the War Games match as the last entrant, way less exposure.
Yes.
Let's remember, The Rock is in his 50s now. He is not the wrestling machine he once was.
No.
And, again, considering that he's got to preserve his athletic ability for movies and the insurance company and blah, blah,
There's
blah.
only so many things he can do.
Right.
Yeah.
But not even that. No one can say he's not as great a wrestler as he's always been. He's not as had many reps of late.
Yes.
The last few years especially. So if we want to bring the biggest star in the world in, do we want to overexpose him? Or do we put him in a situation where he always looks like the hero no matter what? War Games is the ultimate way. He's the last entrant for the good guys.
He's the hero.
Comes down, lays the SmackDown,
Yeah.
fucking fans go home happy.
Kind of like if he was the number 30 entrant in the Royal Rumble this year.
That's exactly what that's kind of like. Luke, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I could see it coming down to Jimmy Uso thinking he's going to WrestleMania, or Solo Sikoa,
And The Rock.
and the
Solo.
Rock, and the Rock be
And
number 30
Oh,
and come out and eliminate Solo to take on Roman. Then you have the Rock and Solo Sikoa in Elimination Chamber. You take Solo out, then you have the Rock and Reigns at Mania.
breaks my heart.
It's gonna be good either way we go.
Yeah, but I got no Cody that
No, it's true. You don't.
way. I need Cody in my life. Hey, so we've got the first of two separate announcements for
Yes.
the Impact Hall of Fame this year. Tracy Brooks. Tracy Brooks.
Brooks, yes.
Tracy Brooks.
Also known as Miss Brooks.
Yeah. She was the original TNA Knockout.
Yeah, she really was.
The first female signing as a talent for TNA was Tracy Brooks, and she's getting inducted this year by Gail Kim.
Which is an amazing honor for Tracy Brooks. Whenever I think the old school TNA Asylum days, I think
Yeah.
Tracy Brooks.
Well, and
and Bobby Roode.
let's be fair too. She may not have been the best wrestler, but she was the first
not what she
female.
was there
But
for.
she was the first female presence.
She was also the first leader of the manager of the Knockouts locker room. If you remember right, she was the general
Wasn't
manager.
she
of
also
sorts.
part of Perry Saturn's SEX in early TNA?
Yes.
Thought so.
Yes, she was.
So yeah, we've had the Hall of Fame for TNA for what I think now at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Because we've had Sting, we've had Kurt Angle, we've had Abyss,
Yep.
Team 3D. So probably a little bit more, but honestly, the first female inductee, which is huge, and well deserved. She's a pioneer for TNA.
Yeah. We also have
The inductee, which is kind of cool because the Tracy Brooks, while an in-ring talent, was for the most part a glorified valet with ring time.
Yeah.
Which is different. This year, the only inductees announced so far were Tracy Brooks and the original TNA commentary team, Mike Tenay and Don West.
yes.
And I'm sure if you've ever watched this show, I'm a Don West guy.
Yeah, you are.
QVC salesman who got picked up by Jeff Jarrett,
Yeah, you did.
know nothing about professional wrestling,
He was excited to
but
be
he
there.
was excited, he was passionate, and every single week, if you're original,
Oh my God, Mike! Today it's a hit.
he turned him inside out, Mike. Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Did
Every
you
week.
see that hip toss, Mike?
But again, learn the basics.
Yeah.
But the one thing I love about him is that without a field of knowledge in wrestling, found a way to describe what was going on. And of course, he had fucking Mike.
You know what
Tenay
I
there
really
doing
loved
the
the
heavy
most about him?
What's that?
He was actually so likable that they tried to turn him heel, and people were like, "Come on, man, that's Don West."
You know what he did after that, though? Went back to QVC as a partnership deal with TNA and sold exclusive TNA merch.
Of course he did.
And ran their entire online store, which is what helped them stay in business to now.
Yep.
Don West had a certified investment in the company and kept selling merch when they took him off TV because he knew that even though not as a commentator, because they were bringing in Taz, they were bringing in a number of other working talents, and he was like, well, I want to stay working. What can I do? And Jeff Jarrett goes, how do you feel about selling stuff? And Don
Which
West
is what
goes,
he's like great
Don
at.
West is like,
I think
what?
I can do that.
what do you mean? How do I feel about selling stuff? Put me on TV right now, Jeff. And literally that night, walked on
that
to
volume
QVC.
too. That
Yeah.
volume. That's how
Yeah,
Don
just
West
yelling
was.
it today the entire time. Buy it, Mike! Buy it! Anyway, I say that to say this. Sorry for spitting on you. Maybe.
Used to it by now.
Fucking Mike Tenay and Don West going to the TNA Hall
Yeah.
of Fame. I don't even think Tenay, which he should be considered for the WWE Hall of Fame,
You would
I don't
think.
think he's ever been considered.
No.
But since they own WCW, you don't remember a moment of the Monday Night Wars or
Well, that's all right. They don't even have Lee Marshall in the WWE Hall of Fame. That man was Tony the Tiger.
he was Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Right.
Ramblin'
serious?
Stagger. What was it? Stagger Lee.
Stagger Lee.
Stagger Lee Marshall.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just.
Either way, hats off to Don West and Mike Tenay.
Yeah, why not?
Much deserved. A 20-plus year legacy built on the backs of those guys on commentary. Just wanted to put that over because I love Don West and I love Mike Tenay.
Wrestle Dream.
Wrestle Dream is happening in about 10 minutes. So if you're watching this show and not that, thank you. If you're watching that, sorry.
Hope it's a
watch
good
both.
show. Join us.
If you watch both, I would say we're doing a watch along, but I'm not spending $50 to watch Will Ospreay wrestle nobody.
Brian.
No, that's Zack Sabre Jr. That's the world's greatest technical wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr.
I thought they were the same person.
Idiot.
I did. I really thought they were the same
Because
person.
they're fucking. Well, don't get me started. Actually, no. Get me started.
You know, there was a match once that you said you thought was going to be shit, and it was 110.
I am certain that Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson are going to have a fine match this evening. I don't have to watch it. I watched Omega and Ospreay to be disappointed, and they didn't disappoint me. There's no way that match disappoint me. It's going to be a fine technical wrestling match that goes on for 55 fucking minutes, and Bryan Danielson's going to snake out the win. Or Sabre Jr. is going to pick up the win, go back to Japan, and be like, I beat him, all to go to fucking Corkin Hall in 3 months and beat Bryan Danielson back. It doesn't fucking matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because I don't fucking like him. That's why.
Feel better about yourself.
No, not really. I feel kind of bad. That's okay.
Well,
all right, let's talk about the card. Also, real quick tangent. Whoever decided on fucking AEW to put Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho in a fucking tag team, I don't know if I'm mad about it, but I also don't know if I like it.
Right.
And I'm really mad that they're going to make me sit here and watch Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega be in a tag team just so I can figure it out.
Yeah.
But I suppose in some way that's genius booking on your behalf, Tony Khan, a.k.a. Chris Jericho's getting bored and stale, so he decided to team up with Kenny Omega. But no one's ever said that.
I didn't say
look, the show's going on now.
All right, what do we got going on here?
In one of the opening matches, Satoshi Kojima, Keith Lee, Athena, and Billy Starks, who is of AFU hardcore renown,
alumni, yeah,
defeated Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez.
Nice.
Claudio Castagnoli defeated Josh Barnett.
Of course he did.
Luchasaurus defeated Nick Wayne.
Of course he did.
And going on right now, so let's get into the card. The Acclaimed.
Yes.
Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, and Daddy Ass against Shane Haste, Mikey Nichols, and Bad Dude Tito for the AEW World Trios Championship.
Because, you know...
I don't imagine we're going to disagree that it's not going to be the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass.
Well, here's the deal. I never bet against Daddy Ass.
Never bet against Daddy Ass.
Nope. Now, the Ass Boys, that's a completely different situation.
Somebody on Twitter the other day, which is hilarious to me, was like, I don't know who, what did they say? I don't know who Daddy Ass is, but I wonder how old he is. And of course, some other wrestler was like, that's fucking Billy Gunn.
You idiot.
He's been in the wrestling business since like the fucking late 80s.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean you don't know who he is?
Everybody knows who Billy Gunn is.
So, for the 6-man tag team match, are we saying the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass? Or
oh, yeah,
TMDK?
100%. I mean, it's not for points, so...
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
We're just talking.
But yeah, I would go with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass.
We have Bryan Danielson against Zack Sabre Jr. in a contest that I can only imagine is going to end in some sort of submission that I hate.
Danielson.
Yeah, I think just because AEW's on TV in America, I don't know that the American audience is still yet integrated enough with Zack Sabre Jr. for them to put a stock on it.
Right.
It was different when it was Ospreay and Omega because Ospreay really does have a large international following. And that's not to say Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't. And of course, I guess you can make the argument too that anyone who tunes in and knew who Ospreay was would know who Zack Sabre Jr. is. I just don't know that he personally has the appeal that other people are invested in the match. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
All right. Max?
Sure. Yes.
The world's greatest technical wrestler who weighs a little less than you versus Bryan Danielson. Who you got? That's not true. I give Zack Sabre Jr. a lot of shit, but realistically, he's still very skinny and kind of a prick.
Yeah, he really is.
Probably
See what I did there?
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, 100%.
Bryan Danielson. All right. What's next on this macabre? Hangman Adam Page against Swerve Strickland, which is a singles match that a lot of AEW fans seem to be very excited about.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine why. I personally don't think they're both all that great, but if the fans like it, give it to them. Who do you think's going to win?
Swerve.
Really?
Yep.
I'm just goddamn phone.
I see them wrestling each other more than just this one time.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
So I'm going to say Swerve up front with the heel heat.
All right, I'm going to say Hangman Adam Page the first one out. Max?
Hangman.
All right. FTR versus Aussie Open. Now, this is an actual international world tag team match for the AEW, World Tag Team titles.
FTR.
FTR.
It's not even a question.
I like Aussie. I don't think they're bad.
I do too, but they're not going to take
But they're not FTR.
No.
So MJF, posturing and handicap match against the Righteous. to defend the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. Worth mentioning, MJF is still current reigning and defending AEW World Heavyweight Champion, and there's a lot of speculation over whether or not Adam Cole's injury is legitimate, whether or not it's part of the wrangle. That will all come to fruition, what I imagine would be in about an hour and a half. Yeah. But for the sake of it being a 2-on-1 handicap match, do you choose Ring of Honor's The Righteous or the AEW World Champion, MJF?
Well, see, here's the deal.
MJF.
Hold on. If Adam Cole turns on MJF, they could take the titles off, and that's the way they end the tag title thing. I do think it's too hot right now, and the fans are liking it too much, so I'm going to say MJF.
I'm going to say MJF. Max?
MJF.
MJF does it on his own, world champ.
Yep.
Unless, and of course, if Adam Cole's injuries are worked the other way around, he can come out as a babyface, last-minute save for his partner, get a big pop going into the next feud.
Or later you can use it as,
yeah.
I never needed you in the beginning. I beat 2 men by myself when you were hurt or whatnot. It's total MJF all day, every day.
Right. Now, this is a match that a lot of people are interested in. Again, I can understand why. I don't have to particularly like it. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi, the Golden Lovers, a.k.a. the Golden Elite, against Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Bill Osby. Now, look.
Spot fest.
It's going to be a spot fest.
It's going to be a spot fest.
It's not going to... Will I say it doesn't have substance? No, because I was surprised before.
Sammy Guevara with the win.
But here's the other argument. It's a 6-man tag. It has to be a spot fest.
Yeah.
Just to keep the momentum with all 6 superstars in the ring. I don't imagine we're all going home tomorrow saying, oh, what a clinic. Rachel says, who exactly are you winking at over there, sir? Mind your business. So, where was I?
Sammy Guevara with the win.
No.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be. You want to be real? I think that fucking it's gonna be Bill Osby.
Regardless, we're going for the same team.
Yeah, I don't think that Jericho, Omega, and Ibushi are gonna win. Max,
he's with us,
I'm with you, fellas.
I knew it. All right, now the main event.
I was gonna say that.
I'm sorry, that's not Bill. Is the main? How many
matches?
14 fucking matches. They had 3 pre-show matches. They had 3 of them, and they got 14 on the main card. Why? You don't need to run, Tony. Tony, I know you're listening. I know you're taking time out of your very busy schedule during your pay-per-view to watch this show. Tony Khan, you don't need 17 matches on a pay-per-view. You don't need it.
Quit it.
Quit it. You need like 9, 8, 9 max. Max?
Max?
Yes.
See? Fucking 17.
I'm
17 matches.
Did you hear him just verbally just assault?
It's bad enough that AEW's pay-per-views are already 4.5 hours. It's even worse that NJPW's are 7.5 hours.
Yeah, we remember there's
but
a live
Jesus
stream.
fucking Christ, man. If I want to tune in on a pay-per-view, it starts at 7. I want to be either drunk or in bed by 10, and I can do neither. If I got to sit here and watch 17 fucking matches, again, which includes Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson, which is going to be like an hour long. Quit it!
Make him!
Fuck! He'll fucking figure it out!
Here's the deal.
God damn it. You remember WrestleMania? You remember in the fucking golden days of WrestleMania? How long was WrestleMania, Max?
3 hours?
It was 3 hours! It started at 7. Remember the 1 year ended at 9:45? We got super mad. We didn't get 15 fucking more minutes?
Yeah.
Stop! 7-hour pay-per-views! 17 matches! I'm old! I got a bad heart. I poop a lot. I got shit to do.
Or to leave.
And goddamn, I gotta sit here until midnight to wait to see if Chris Jericho's gonna hit a lion salt for the 1,378th fucking time in his career.
What's real messed up?
You're out of your mind.
You're gonna have to wait that long to see if Ed shows up.
God damn it, no, I won't. and then that's important. But then you got all this other Japanese hippity dippity bullshit. Who's this? Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. Who gives a shit? Hold on. Here we go. The Young Bucks versus the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers versus Orange Cassidy and Hook. Ah, that'll be 85 fucking minutes of super kicks and Hook doing a suplex while Orange Cassidy keeps his hand in his pockets. I just saved you 85 minutes on your card, Tony. Send me $90. Fuck.
$90.
17 matches.
Today.
The Oscars take less time.
Yeah, they're long as fuck.
I I had a colonoscopy that took less time. And I got a big ass because it goes all the way from here, all the way to up here.
He does get
Get
an
it?
ass back.
You're welcome.
He's got an ass back.
No, it just means I got a head up my
Total
ass.
ass.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
telling the people at home
Oh,
about it.
you're
Jesus.
welcome.
17?
Welcome, man.
How many matches
I'm
did
here for
NXT have last night, Max?
6.
Yeah.
Counting the pre-show.
About how
7.
long was it?
2 hours.
About 2 hours. You satisfied with that?
Yeah.
Did you leave going, man, I wish they had one more match.
Not really.
Well, I didn't leave. I watched it from home.
One. Let's see what you did there.
No, you
By the way,
blocked
did the
blindly
pay-per-view
at that.
end with you going, man, I'm a little deprived.
No.
I would have liked more. You feel that way at all?
No, they do. NXT's been doing
NXT has what like 11 guys, and they do fine.
Yeah.
AEW has 458, and their matches are all 30 minutes fucking long, and they got 17 of them. I will be 34 years old before the end of this pay-per-view.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Zack Sabre Jr. will still be trying to get out of the yes-lock by the time that I shave my head again.
Again?
I'm going to do it.
Are you?
Yeah, when it starts falling out in my 50s at the end of this fucking pay-per-view. Anyway, who do you think's going to win, Luke?
I don't know. Ricky Starks.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Ricky Starks versus... What a match to put... They put fucking Claudio Castagnoli against Josh Barnett in the opener, and some 6-man fucking... Who gives a shit? And they got fucking Ricky Starks, and I don't mean that no one gives a shit about Ricky Starks and Wheeler Yuta. I feel like that's a fine match. In the opener of an 8-match card. It's 17!
I believe it was 14.
I will have a son in his 20s by the end of this pay-per-view, and he's 10 years old. The fuck, Tony?
Tell him how you really feel.
Well, fucking probably not. Astro said, so you're saying you'll live till 50?
That's a fair point.
No. All right. So we got that. We got the 8-man 4-way fucking whatever match between these teams. Who cares? Who cares? Who's the AEW World Tag Team Champions right now? Oh, sorry. This is a 4-way for a #1 contender shot because FTR is still the tag team champions. That match will go on longer than the actual World Tag Team title match.
Yep. By at least 20 minutes.
All right. You think the Lucha Brothers are going to win?
No.
Who cares? You think the Young Bucks are going to win?
Yes.
Who cares? You think Orange Cassidy and Hook are going to win?
No, I said
No one gives a shit. And then who's the other team? I don't even know.
The Bucks.
The Guns. The Guns. Daddy Ass's children, while Daddy Ass is in another match, his children are wrestling another match. There are 14 fucking tag matches on this card. It's only 17 matches, Luke. Mm-hmm. It's only 17.
Only?
Why not have 4 fucking 6-man tag matches? Why not? Make it happen. Jesus Christ. I gotta get some new blood pressure medication or something. Fuck.
You feel better about yourself? Do you?
No, I'm furious. Based on how much stress Tony caused him, that tracks. He might live to 34 of his life. I'm just saying, fuck this fucking show. If you're watching this show and that show, #1, kudos to you. You probably have ADHD. Your girlfriend's probably bisexual. And also, stop watching this fucking show. Stop watching that show and go outside and take a breath. Then when you come back in, your other show's still going to be on.
But check this out.
I love how he called every single one of us out.
You're all welcome. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart. Who gives a shit? Chris Statlander, TBS champion. Max?
Sure.
I knew you'd answer that way. Eddie Kingston versus Shibata, which is actually kind of cool. The strong openweight championship up on the line.
I mean, they won't go on until midnight.
Eddie Kingston, based on how much stress life in general caused him, torture is going to be out soon. I'll be fine. We're talking about wrestling right now. Eddie Kingston versus Shibata. Eddie Kingston.
Well, 100%.
Not going to lose his belts, but not going to win the strong openweight championship. And for the potential main event, 2 out of 3 falls, Christian Cage versus Darby Allin for the AEW TNT championship. Christian Cage. Now, big question. Do we predict that one, Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge,
Actually, that's not his name anymore.
What is it? What used to...
It's the Cliff, Adam Copeland.
hold on. What was his name on that fucking show him and Christian used to do?
Rex Sexton.
Sexton Hardcastle.
Sexton Hardcastle.
I want Adam Copeland to come out as Sexton Hardcastle so bad.
You would.
That would be funny.
Either way, does WWE Hall of Famer Sexton Hardcastle Sexton Edge Hardcastle Cliff Copeland show up tonight?
I just think he should be called Cliff.
Cliff
Cliff
Copeland.
Copeland.
I'm telling you, that's perfect.
That's a tongue
I
twister.
was right.
Who's the AEW World Champion right now?
Cliff Copeland.
Cliff is.
Clifford.
Fuck Cliff.
Oh,
Fuck you, Cliff.
Clifford over there. Edge just comes out with like a big red dog,
Stop it.
but the dog's name's Fire Truck because he's Clifford in the fire truck.
I see what you did there. I don't like it, but that's all what you did.
You're welcome. That's fun. I know what the kids like.
All right.
The kids are still reading Clifford, right? And watching Arthur on
Something
PBS.
like that.
Something like that.
No Mercy
What
took
about,
place
what
last
about
night.
Zaboomafoo? Remember Zaboomafoo?
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
lemur?
I love
Yeah, but you were like
Wasn't
You were like
Zabumafu's grandchild
40 when that
last
came
one?
out.
I was 25. You should
Or
face.
Refuges? I don't know.
All right.
I thought so.
Let's
That's
talk
the
about
one I
NXT,
thought.
another pay-per-view that went on painstakingly long. That's not true.
No, it was great.
All right, we have a graphic for that? Or are you just gonna?
That's what that
you already
graphic
pulled
is.
it up.
Yeah, I
Great.
already pulled it up.
I wouldn't look it. I'm sorry. I didn't see your hand move. I apologize. Sorry.
I'm fast.
You're fast. You're the rootless, tootless cowboy in the
I
West,
am.
partner.
Like that.
Shut up. All right.
Wow.
NXT took place last night.
Yes,
NXT
yes.
is No Mercy.
Bakersfield, California.
Let's talk about it. We all took picks. I'm sure that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, everything was posted on Facebook.
Yeah, we did. Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin.
Started out the night, barn burner.
Yeah, myself and Max chose Braun Breaker. Unfortunately, we got upended by Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but
But Max
I
used
chose
his
to
save.
save.
Smart
Very
man.
smart save.
Baron Corbin took the win in agreeably Baron Corbin's probably best singles match ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Inarguable. If it's not arguable, he hasn't had that many that good.
Yeah. I'll go
He's
so far
like-
as say that.
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah, he's in great. Peak specimen. for
The
sure.
family, which was unanimous, retained the NXT tag team titles. We all
Which was
expected
great. That match was hard to follow without sound.
Yeah.
But really, really fun to watch.
Noam Dar took on Butch
Yes, he did for
in a
the
great
Heritage
singles
Cup.
match for the
Yep.
Heritage Cup. Noam Dar took the win.
Yep.
Max and I again on the outskirts by choosing Butch. Johnny and Luke took the point there. Dominic Mysterio, we all took a loss here, defended and lost the North American Championship against Trick Williams.
I was really
Yep.
surprised.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
I think genuinely again that this will lead up to Dominic taking the U.S. title from Ray.
Yeah,
Their
I mean,
story
that's
comes
definitely
full
what's
circle.
going to happen.
And he's got another belt that he puts into place, plus another story for Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Women's NXT Women's Champion Becky Lynch successfully defended against Tiffany Stratton. And by the way, if you're not a Tiffany Stratton fan,
After last night, you should be.
you should be,
Yeah.
because goddamn, that girl gets it.
It's
Yeah.
the only match I miss.
Yeah, and
That's a shame.
it's probably she's probably main roster material now, if you ask me. Don't wait forever to pull the trigger. Do it now.
Right. And in our main event, Carmelo Hayes lost the NXT World Championship to my boy, Ilya Dragunov.
Let me ask you a question.
Yo,
Who took a save?
not I.
Who
You
took a
did,
save?
because you had no faith in Ilya. You had no faith. Or
You
actually,
were great
you had no
back.
faith in Carmelo.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, see?
But I got the point. So it's
You
all good.
also could have got the point if you predicted correctly.
No, John used his save.
Used his
but
save on
he
Ilya.
gets to keep it.
He does.
He does get to keep
And
it. Yes.
we had myself and Big Bad John against, Luke and Max here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Ilya Dragunov, again, which what is being touted right now is one of the most physical NXT.
Oh, it was
Oh,
fantastic.
World title
Sorry,
matches
also,
ever.
Luke used his save on Dragunov as well.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Carmelo. I used it
Yeah.
on Carmelo.
Ilya Dragunov, again, after he drops the NXT title, I've made no qualms about it, should be the guy to beat Walter for the Intercontinental Championship. But right now, where we're sitting, fucking Ilya
Plus.
Dragunov, NXT World Champ.
Yep. 100%.
Max, how them points looking?
Let's see. John and myself both took 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Luke took 4 points, and you got 3 points.
Yeah.
Leaving us at Luke is now at 40. The first time for
First place.
a while we
Yep.
aren't
Actually,
tied
yeah.
anymore.
In
I'm
official
still-
first place.
I'm at 39.
Max is in second place.
My spot at
Your-
the top. Thank you
And
for
then
keeping
you
it
and
warm.
John are both now tied at
Appreciate
36.
it.
Tied at third.
John was able to shoot himself up
Yeah.
from that giant.
So y'all
run
are
that he
tied?
got. So just
And I've still got
shows
2
that-
saves.
Just shows that you can change from bottom to top. In
That's right.
One pay-per-view.
Now
Because,
remember,
William, a man really can change
now
his thoughts.
remember, these saves have to be used before the Royal Rumble. We are not allowed to use saves
Right.
on the Royal Rumble.
No.
We can use it on the matches.
No. Have to be used before WrestleMania because there's a paper.
But we
cannot
can't use it
them in
on the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
We can use them all the way up to the Rumble. We can't use them on the physical Royal Rumble matches.
And we can't use it on the
And we
elimination.
can't use it. Yes, we can. We
Did
never.
we use it
yeah,
last year on the
yeah,
elimination?
No, we
chamber?
never. We didn't have an elimination chamber last year.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
But we have saves. We cannot use them in the physical Rumble match. We can't use any at WrestleMania.
Yes.
We can use them all the way up to WrestleMania, outside of those parameters.
Yeah. But where are we sitting one more time?
Luke, you're in the lead.
At
At
what?
40?
40.
Max is at 39.
39.
And then myself and Big Bad John are tied at third for 36.
Hey, we're
Coming
close.
up on the
Everybody's
season
still
3
close.
champion. But I still got 2 saves. We got plenty of pay-per-view left. We got another, 6 months till Mania.
Something like that, yeah. All right.
Fast lane!
Speaking of,
Time to get the other points race up and running. By the way, brief reminder to everybody who hasn't been here before. This season, we're only doing points for NXT and WWE pay-per-views. We did last year was WWE and AEW. The year before was only WWE, and the year before that was only WWE, right?
yes.
No, sorry, because we're in season 3, so that wouldn't make sense what I just said. Last year was WWE and AEW. The year before that was just WWE. So this year it's just WWE and NXT. We're not taking points for AEW. And just wait to see what I got planned for next season.
You want to bring up the Fastlane,
The Fastlane
thing
card.
on you. Now, there's only 4 matches.
But we will take our picks.
And then as we go, as we get closer, we will make
As
the
we
adjustments
go,
depending on what gets added to the
we
card.
remember
And Big Bad John, off of his
all
trip,
the
will put his on Facebook as well.
had together
We don't own the rights to it.
as our lives change.
Not
They
even a
played
little
that
bit.
at my 8th grade promotion.
Mine too.
Your promotion.
But yeah, you don't graduate from the 8th grade. If anyone told you you graduated from the 8th grade, they're stupid. But we got an 8th grade promotion.
Did you?
Yeah, the high school.
My year was the first year to call it a promotion.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Well, your year was the first
Well,
year.
I had a
so-
graduation,
But I
so
was before you by a few years, so.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I feel like I should have had more to contribute there. But instead, I was like, yeah. All right.
Forget.
Matches announced thus far. In no particular order.
Okay.
The LWO. Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro. And honestly, this is
Cruz or Wild.
yeah, whichever. With Zelina Vega against Bobby and the Street Profits.
The Hurt Profits.
Thank you.
Crime Profits. The Crime
Profits is
Yeah.
what I was avoiding saying because I'm not a racist.
That's all right. It's Crime Profits.
Also, fuck you both for making me read that during Latin American Heritage Month.
You're welcome. So who you going with? Go ahead. Tell me who you going with.
That's unfair.
No, it's not. It's perfectly fair.
I don't want to.
You got to.
But it's Latin American Heritage Month, and I don't have to. It's in the governor's orders.
Is that what it
That's
is?
right.
Well, then to do your fucking civic duty then.
Oh, man. Warlord.
Huh?
The Latino world.
You're going for the LWO? Did you hit your head?
It's
Give me
Latin
that
American
can. You
Heritage
don't get
Month.
no more.
They take away my card to the fucking Casa Maldita if I don't.
Well, you have that opinion, and I'm going to say it's Crime Profits. Because let's be
Joking. I
honest,
was going to say the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley is going to be primed to take the U.S. title as the leader of the faction. It's going to be Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business. Luke.
I already told you who I was going for. Max, who you going for?
I could never walk into a Taco Bell again.
Ever.
That's such a racist joke.
It's not extra sour
I'm
cream
allowed.
that's on your burrito. Just
Oh.
I'm going to go with the
Yes.
Hurt Profits.
All right. So the three of us right now, unanimous in Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business.
100%.
Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair
Fair.
in a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship.
Io Sky retains.
Io Sky retains.
Io Sky retains.
Agreed. John Cena, and LA Knight
Yeah!
against
No!
the bloodline of Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa.
God, I really want to go the other way on this one.
Here's my argument.
I really do. I want to go the other way on this one.
LA Knight can use the rub for the win,
Yes. Unless they replace him with Randy last minute.
but it doesn't hurt John Cena if he loses.
No, as
right?
a matter of fact, it helps Solo.
And well, I sort of say it helps the bloodline, but also it does hurt LA Knight if they lose because he's in the middle of a big push.
Unless Cena's the one who gets pinned. Because then you could have a little LA Knight John Cena program till the Rumble. Which he could use the rep.
And also, do we continue this trend of the bloodline losing while Roman Reigns is away? Or is that a benefit to ending the Roman Reigns storyline if they're losing while he's away? Does that make sense?
Yep.
This one's a hard one because you've got mega celebrity and you've got
Well,
the
you know
entire.
Max, why don't you answer this one first?
Why don't you answer this one first?
Because I asked you first.
Caleb, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to say John Cena and LA Knight. Roman Reigns can come back from this. I was away. My boys lost. The family lost. You let me down. Blah, blah, blah. Part-time John. LA Knight's a nobody. The bloodline has to get in gear for Survivor Series. Out comes LA Knight. I'm not a nobody. John Cena. Doesn't matter that I'm a nobody. I'm not here full-time. Find another jalopy to put in the six-man. Blah, blah, fucking blah. LA Knight and John Cena.
LA Knight and John Cena.
Yeah.
Luke, what are your thoughts?
Same thing.
LA Knight and John
So I'm going with.
I think if Roman Reigns was in the match, it'd be different.
Yeah.
But he's not. And it only continues the storyline if they lose while he's gone.
Also, I'm only willing to lose 1 point selfishly in the
Yeah.
show, and it's the next match.
Not to mention, it doesn't do Jimmy any favors if he's still winning tag matches with someone who was in J. He doesn't get a chance to branch out and be the individual superstar, even if he's losing. That's what will help work him up into being a singles competitor. Does that make sense?
That
Like
makes
it has to
sense.
in wrestling break.
It's funny because you said all that and made that really, really, really compelling argument.
You're still going
I
the
was
bloodline.
thinking this. No, I was going to say I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, wonderful. Good. So we all agree then. John Cena and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Are we
Don't tell Roman I said that.
are we unanimous thus far?
Yes.
Yes.
The Hurt Profits, Io
Yep.
Sky,
Yep.
John
Yep.
Cena and LA
Yep.
Knight. Yeah.
All right. What's
Yeah.
the main event?
Main event, Seth Franklin Rollins against Shinsuke Nakamura, last man standing for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Max, where you going?
Well, it depends on what kind of shape Seth's actually in. Really, because if he is actually having problems, they got to take the belt off him. I'm going to go Shinsuke.
I'm also going to go Shinsuke.
I want it to be Shinsuke. It'd be such an interesting move, especially with the bringing over Kairi Sane.
I want it to be both of them, and they just share the belts.
Right before this Pro Wrestling Noah expansion,
Mhm.
what better way than to usher it in with one of the Japanese greatest stars in the WWE right now, Shinsuke Nakamura. But is Shinsuke the guy you go into Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania with as your champion?
He could be.
He could be, but is he? Those are different
Doesn't
things.
matter. He can always drop the belt in January and no one gives a shit.
Seth could be taking a break since Becky's in Florida at NXT.
I got to go with Shinsuke, man. I have to.
All right.
I'll eat
Well,
this
I'll tell you
point
what.
if I have
Since
to.
we're unanimous across the board as it is anyway, it's not going to hurt me to say Shinsuke, so I'm going to say Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Who I want to win. I don't believe he will, but this will be the first time I ever go out my box. I want Shinsuke to win.
That's why I'm picking Shinsuke as well.
Yeah.
I want them to shock me with something I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Shocked you with something you didn't see
No, I
coming.
saw it coming.
You're welcome.
I just liked it. All right. Oh, we already did Wrestle Dream.
Life in the fast lane.
All right. That's
Sure
it.
make you lose your mind. Hey, before we get there, be sure to find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. Check out streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown or the official Pro Wrestling Throwdown website, which is ProWrestlingThrowdown.com, where you can access the
Merch store!
Express that.
Ooh, shit.
It is not The Rock not wanting to wrestle.
Wow. What'd you do?
How did my sound
This show's
get
been on
turned
for like an hour and a half already. And over at the merch store, you can buy our merch.
Merch.
Max,
Merch.
tell the people, Max.
Merch.
We got coffee cups and we got T-shirts and all kinds. We got what do we got? We got hoodies. We got hats. We got
Sports bras.
shoes.
Yep.
Do we have the Pro Wrestling Throwdown butt for?
What's butt for?
Pooping, stupid.
No, we have a lot of new merch up right now. So check it out. Caleb's an idiot.
No,
Hell yeah.
not no.
Wait, can we make that a shirt?
No.
Caleb's an idiot.
Yeah,
Keep it up. No,
I'd buy it.
I'll fuck your mom and give her a kid she can be proud of.
I fucking wish you would. Go
I've
ahead,
been saving
bud.
that one only so I could use it in a fucking fight on the internet. No one's fought with me today. I'm so mad. Where the fuck is Trex? I need Trex guy in here.
Dude, Trex went on one of my Roman Reigns short video and said he wanted to touch my beard.
Are you gonna let him?
Depends on how much money he's wanting to offer. I'll trim a little bit,
Why
and then I'll spit on it.
Why
and
don't
then
for
he
the
can pay me
first
money
for
for
the
it.
first 10 customers who donate $100, Luke will send you a lock of his beard.
Oh,
We'll
boy.
get a Pro Wrestling Throwdown locket.
Why I can get that for free?
When I'm talking to you, you're not spending $100. Shut up. It's not about you. It's about the
The
consumer. For $100, Luke will send you a lock of his beard.
So kind, just
Don't
offer
do
my
it,
beard.
Wolfie.
Only 10 customers, though.
Yes,
And you can have some of that money.
Danny doesn't follow us.
I can have
You
some
can
of
have
that
some
money.
of that money.
Yeah, you have some of
that
that
money.
money.
Wolfie.
Hey y'all,
I
I am
disagree.
missing in
Do
action
it,
at a family
Wolfie.
barbecue. I'll watch from beginning to later. Hey Wolfie, thanks for showing up anyway,
Right on,
buddy.
brother.
Enjoy the family BBQ.
Well, you showed up just in time because it's that time.
It's time for birthdays.
Bullshit.
Max, take it away.
Okay. Sort of.
I wish
You're
you
welcome.
would.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
What we starting with, Max?
No.
Well, the normal shit.
Oh, how many days has Roman Reigns been champion versus how many days he's been on TV? Tell me all about it.
1,127 days.
He's been on
Compared
TV
to-
for like 90 of them.
Yeah, I had to
He's only
actually
had
correct a few numbers
8
I was off
professional
of.
wrestling matches this year.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Mr. T! He was talking mad shit about you before you jumped
The
on.
maddest.
I don't believe that it was.
He was. Go back and
And,
watch.
And
He
you're-
was like him and that
And you know
beard he
what?
wears.
He was talking shit in all our other videos that we have
Utter?
to. Every single one of them.
The utter
So
one?
We
go
have to
back
edit
and
it
watch
out.
all of those too.
Him.
Your
you knew what this was.
Your offspring.
All right, what we got next, Max?
Seth Franklin Rollins.
I'm sorry. 400. I'm sorry.
No, he hasn't.
127 days.
That sounds about right.
Hey, and here's the thing. That is the inaugural
Yeah.
reign right now.
4
So-
months.
Yeah, and we're going strong. Who we got next?
Well,
Well, if I hit the right button, there we go.
The real tribal chief.
The real world
Narin
heavyweight champion.
General. The Intercontinental Champion of how many days?
That is 478 days.
You're goddamn right it is.
And it
The
just keeps
best
going.
pound for pound striker in professional wrestling today, Aaron Gunther. And y'all need to give him some fucking respect.
I respect shit out of Gunther.
Tell him,
What we
Dad.
got next? Birthdays. All right, Max, take her
All
away.
right. We start out today.
Hector Guerrero. Not only is one of AAA's stars, was part of the Impact expansion to live TV, ended up taking over the Spanish announce team, and
Also
actually
was leader of LAX.
the Spanish, not only the Spanish announce team, but was head of their Mexican merchandise or Latin American merchandising. Hector Guerrero looks a lot older than he is,
Yes.
so I'm gonna say 65.
66.
How about 69?
Damn.
today?
Nice.
You going for the
However, he looked that old when he was in Impact. What, in
20 years
fucking
ago? Yeah.
6? Remember when he came up? He had that fucking. He was really thin, had a head full of gray hair, gray mustache, and he was only in his 40s then. Wild.
Yeah.
2 more birthdays today.
That is Mr. Perfect's son. That is Joe
Curtis
Hennig.
Axel,
Yeah, or
Yes, it is.
wrestling name Curtis Axel.
former Intercontinental Champion.
Michael McGillicuddy.
Was he
That's
ever?
his first name.
Was he ever a tag team champion?
Yes.
So Intercontinental Champion, tag team champion.
Yep.
Bless you.
Made his debut.
He was tag team champion when he was doing the Hogan gimmick, and Damian Sandow was doing the Macho.
Oh yeah,
Man
and
gimmick.
him and Bo Dallas were tag team
Yeah.
champions too
They
when they were
picked
part of the Mrs. crew. Man,
44. 44.
40.
How about 44 years old
Damn.
today?
This is a
Good
good
job.
guess on my part. Who we
Is
got
that
next?
Robbie E from Impact?
That is Robert
That
Stone.
is
That is Von
Robbie.
Wagner's manager who did the crossbody from the top rope last
Yeah,
night.
Robbie E.
Robbie.
Yes.
That okay? So his gimmick came out at the height of the popularity of the Jersey Shore.
Him and
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
From
Man.
Quentin Phoenix or whatever the hell his name is.
That in itself was what 20? Nah, not quite 18 years ago.
Robert Stone, 39 years old.
40 years old.
How about 40 years old?
I'll take it.
Good job. Good.
Thank you.
Tomorrow,
Akibono.
No.
we
Stop.
remember the great Yoko Ono.
A member of the Samoan dynasty who portrayed a Japanese Samoan wrestler
First of the Samoan dynasty to hold the heavyweight championship
in WWF. Yeah.
Yep.
Had an incredible legacy, main eventing against the likes of Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, Lex Luger, and Bret Hart.
Even at topping the scale at over 600 pounds, he
Yeah.
still could fly around the ring.
The only one of the most agile big men of his size in history. The only reason he passed away early was because he could not get a handle on his weight.
Nope.
Had no other chronic health conditions, and at 600 pounds could do standing savate kicks and drop kicks.
1966 to 2000.
Was an incredible talent, one of a kind.
What we got next?
Hold on. That's either Basham or Damaja. I'm sorry, Doug or Danny Basham.
That is Danny Basham.
Damn it, I was gonna guess.
That is-
Danny Basham.
Well, yeah, you know Doug. You met Doug
I
personally.
would like to.
Oh shit, I have met Doug
Yeah.
personally.
I would like to answer Astrid's
Oh, yeah.
question.
Why,
We will start doing that when the women's segment kicks off.
Oh, good point. The days of the women's champion, or is that spot just for Intercontinental? No, that's a good point. We should include the women's titles.
I'll
Well, the
do
women's
that.
championships have flipped
they're
so
not
much.
just
Well, and
for
one
the
of the-
titles.
Right.
These are setting records.
Right, and
These
one
are
of
all setting
Exactly.
records.
One of the
Yes.
reasons we have done that way is because the Universal Championship has had such a
Yeah,
lengthy
that'd
reign.
be a lot of titles
The
to
Intercontinental.
follow.
Yeah, if we sat
each
here and
and
did every single one.
These are records.
However,
Yes.
I
Sweet
do
tea.
plan on
Well,
doing that.
we had Bianca on there up until
she lost it.
until she lost it.
Sweet Tea, you were saying?
I'll be talking about all the champions on each show whenever the women's segment kicks off.
So we do have plans to cover the women's
Yes.
titles. Not only that, but the women's tag team titles as well. Maybe we can even include like the women's TBS championship and AW women's titles, Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, excellent.
I got
So we
it.
will be featuring women's titles in the future.
I
And
even
thank you for
have
pointing out our
Shimmer.
misogyny.
I even have Shimmer and Wow.
Are we misogyny? Misogynist? Misogynistic? Massage therapists?
Just go. Just next.
You feel therapized? You owe me $250.
Oh, that's fine. Send it in care of Max Fury
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
at gmail.com.
well, he writes a lot of checks. His Ash can't cash.
Okay.
But it could.
Okay,
What's,
very well.
I'm sorry, Luke. One of your points just disappeared.
Hey, easy
Thanks,
there,
Max.
killer.
All
Hey,
right,
you're
who-
the one that dissed him, but I'm the one losing a point.
Yeah,
Fucks up
because you
that
have more points than me,
favoritism.
idiot.
No, Danny Basham, I'm gonna say is
Oh, we still haven't done this yet? Damn.
No.
All right, Danny Basham. Hold on. Let's give a little history. Was one of actually a top single star in OVW after the Gilded class of OVW left, Randy Orton, John Cena, Shelton Benjamin, Brock Lesnar, and Batista. He was like the number 2 guy in the OVW territory against Damaja. And it just so happened when the WWE called them up, DiMaggio had to shave his head,
Yeah.
and they looked just enough like they put him in a tag team. But he was the number 2 heel at the top independent company going into the WWE until 2003 when Basham and DiMaggio got drafted as the Basham brothers, and then joined the cabinet for JBL in 2004. And then were numerous time WWE tag team champions, not to be confused with world tag team champions, because there was a different distinction between Raw and SmackDown at the time. Hey, nerd. They never separated. Actually, what ended up happening is they both got released right around the same time in 2009.
Yeah, and Doug now helps Al Snow with
OVW.
Ohio Valley
Yeah, went back to OVW.
So with that all said, I'm going to say 51.
45.
How about 46?
Oh!
Nice.
You're welcome.
Nice.
A little bit 2-2.
John Morrison, current reigning AAA World Champion, current reigning AAA Cruiserweight Champion, and current reigning whatever the hell else we covered last week, AAA Champion. The only white man in history, the only non-luchador to hold all 3 major championships in AAA history. Former WWE World Tag Team Champion, former WWE Tag Team Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, former ECW World Champion, and former WWE United States Champion. Was also a, Lucha Underground's whatever mega classic fucking blah 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 champion. Was Impact World Champion, has been TNA or Impact X Division Champion.
He was a tribal champion, wasn't it? Something tribal.
Whatever the fucking, they had the
Aztec champion.
The Aztec champion. Yeah, there it is. The 7 little fucking things you put together, which I thought was super cool because I love
really
Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
But John Morrison was also the highest rated match in Lucha Underground history. Took place between John Morrison and Ricochet, a.k.a. Johnny Mundo versus Prince Puma in the all-night long Iron Man match.
Yeah.
Which is one of my absolute favorite Iron Man matches ever in history. All of that to say, former tag team partner of Eminem as well.
100%. Mrs. tag team partner. 50.
51, because I think he's a little older.
No point. He'll be 44 on the 3rd.
Thought he was way older.
40. Hold on. If he's 44 now, that means that he signed with the WWE at 18 years old and debuted on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
At
well, he was tough
20 or
enough
21?
Well, he was a tough enough winner.
Was he? I don't know.
He's John Hennigan.
Okay. Well,
Him and Capelli got caned by Tommy Dreamer their first night in the business.
Fucking good for him. Good for John. Having a 6-pack like that at fucking 44, and here I sit with my neck hanging all underneath my chin.
One more on the 3rd.
Is that Mance Warner?
That is TK O'Reilly.
TK O'Reilly.
I don't know.
Not a clue.
Sure.
You know what he is? Hell of a guy. Hell of a guy, TK O'Reilly.
I'm gonna guess 35.
30.
How about 34?
I'll take it.
All I know about him is he likes to wear himself on a shirt.
Weird.
Well, how about on the 4th? We gotta remember Chief J. Strongbow, 1928, 2012.
Master of
he was actually my great granddad's uncle's father's nephew's roommate once before.
Twice removed or once?
Just once.
Just once removed.
That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
He was the master of the chokehold.
Yeah, he was also a WWE producer from 1981 to
I believe
2000 something.
I believe he was a WWF World Champion. I may be wrong about that. We might have to cite that.
He's also the very first person to ever to throw a holy shit tantrum over the curtain call. He was the biggest proponent to that.
And also was mentioned in one of Adam Sandler's films.
That's why I kind of wanted.
Yeah.
What was the film?
Luke.
One more time. What Adam Sandler movie was his name mentioned in?
Chief J. Strongbow?
Uh-huh.
I know what it is.
Is it Big Daddy?
Yes, it is. When he says...
Also, I think he mentions it in Jack and Jill as well.
Oh, I've never seen Jack and Jill. Well, that's not true. I've seen it once.
I think.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
Next.
And we got a few birthdays on the 4th.
There we go.
It's Chris! Sorry, that's the Monster Abyss, a.k.a. Chris Park. Former TNA World Champion, former NWA World Champion. He's a producer for the WWE now. Man, if you are a TNA fan, back in the day, and we're not talking when they got to TV. We're talking when they were still doing week-to-week pay-per-views.
Yep.
2003 TNA Abyss was the #1 big man monster in the fucking game.
Had a chance
Was
to wrestle Kane, had a chance to wrestle The Undertaker.
Was being primed to get called up to wrestle Kane. The Undertaker was going to come back with a one-shot with Mick Foley in the WWE, not before they brought him back, with Mick Foley in like 2004. Abyss was the guy. Was an agent for TNA, also one of the original, I believe, if not first year, second year TNA Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Has been a producer for the WWE for years now. Actually was on TV, 2 years ago as AJ Styles' lawyer or agent.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
That character.
But I urge everybody to go back, watch the TNA Asylum days, early days of Abyss, against AJ Styles, Raven, fucking Jeff Jarrett, an incredible big man. I also ripped off all of his moves when I was the Monster Eclipse, and he's welcome for it.
Yep.
All of them. And I don't mean I ripped off one or two.
All of them.
I ripped off all of them, and thank you for it.
Yes.
That being said, 20 years ago.
This is going to be a tough one.
20 years ago, he could have been in his
early
20s.
Early 20s, yeah.
I'm going to say 46. That's my guess. 46.
I'm not going to leave a lot of room for error. 44.
Should have went the other way. He'll be 50.
Why should he have gone the other way and instead just saying, congratulations, Caleb, you got it right?
Congratulations,
I
Caleb.
told you congratulations on the last one.
You know what? You're right. You did. Thank you.
He did. How much fucking praise do you need?
Have we met?
Let me have this.
I don't want to make your head any bigger than it already is.
Well, if that were the case, we'd be floating out of this fucking room. So that was my point?
Yes.
What's the score so far?
42. We've got...
Who's lead?
Your lead.
Oh, thanks.
Good job, Caleb.
Hey, I've already done 2 better than I did last
That's
week.
all I
don't
want
hear
to hear, man. I appreciate it. All right.
We've
Next.
got a few more on the 4th.
Who am I staring at?
2 more on the 4th. That is Bobby Fulton.
Bobby Fulton. That is, okay. Bobby Fulton.
Who am I still?
I was hoping Luke would know.
Well, yeah. Bobby Fulton was a fixture in Florida Championship Wrestling, obviously, from the background. And he had really wicked hair and a nice bow tie, and I'm going to say that he's 60.
Bobby Fulton was also featured heavily in Smoky Mountain Wrestling in latter days as head of the Fulton family, was one half of the USWA Tag Team Champions, along with the Southern Eyed Wild Boy, Tracy Smothers, in their early days. Bobby Fulton
Tracy carried him.
also just beat cancer. You dick.
Who did?
Bobby Fulton.
Congratulations.
Bobby Fulton is, what did you say?
I said 60.
61. Older than that.
How about 63 on the 4th?
Good one. All
Who
right.
the hell is that?
That is Linda McMahon.
Is that Linda Carter McMahon?
I know a Linda McMahon when I see one.
That was your point, Caleb?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Caleb's point. Everybody
Is it?
clap
Was
and
her
say
name
hi.
really? Her name wasn't Linda Carter before.
No.
Was that just a joke they made?
Yes.
So I say it couldn't have possibly have been Linda Carter McMahon.
No.
Linda McMahon, one half of the McMahon dynasty, I guess, at the top of the
At
list.
the time this picture was taken was Total Carriage House.
Featured
I said it.
Featured not in WWE programming until the late 1990s, early 2000s. Actually spent all of her time in the corporate office helping Vince. Was
Yeah, she
featured
was.
briefly from 2001 till 2007, off and on, and then retired from on-air appearances to go on to work for her charity groups, which represented the WWE. And in 2014 or 2015, lost miserably in a senatorial race on a campaign of anti-violence, which is hilarious to me.
Yes. Very
Which I believe is what this picture...
Yeah, heavily Republican, which I won't hold against her, but I'll have to like. And also ineffectual mother to Shane McMahon, but doting mother to Stephanie McMahon.
100%.
Which is kind of par for the course for the McMahon family as far as Shane McMahon is
Linda
concerned.
McMahon.
Also owns a number of WWE-funded charities,
Yes.
that contribute to homeless restructuring in Pennsylvania, food banks. She has the insurance reclaiming program through the WWE, where she was the one who decided that if her employees in the office spent money on medical procedures, that the WWE would do a buyback program and pay them a percentage of it back outside of what they paid after their insurance covered it. They discontinued that practice, but she was always an advocate for her workers. Perhaps not all American workers, but for the WWE's workers. That being said, also the only person in history to take a worse Stone Cold Stunner than Vince McMahon ever took.
Yeah. 76.
Nope, 70, younger.
How about 75?
Oh, man! Poor shit, recount.
No,
Hold on.
75
Recount.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. What we got next? Oh, that's Miss Terry Reynolds. That is Mrs. Goldust. Yeah, it is all day, every day.
Splendor and glory.
You know, New Jack told me some stories once. Ow!
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I did that and felt badly about it.
Ow. I didn't say what kind of stories.
Terry Reynolds.
Said she was giving. Ow! Quit hitting me.
Ex-wife of Dustin.
Dustin. Dustin Rhodes, not Dusty. I mean, maybe. Get it together, man. Be a professional. Yes, it is.
Sorry. That being said, Terry Reynolds, hell of a gal.
I've never liked snowballs.
It's not the
It's the consistency.
Fantastic. Terry. God damn it.
It's suicide Brian.
I like a little marshmallow.
Brian Richards once told me that she was leaking. I have
Stop
no
it.
idea what that means. I must be before my or after my time. Anyways, Terry Reynolds was Marlena, and
Charlena, I love you.
I love you. Stop it. Quit. 60.
I love the certainty.
60. I'll
50.
60.
Terry will be 57.
Dang, got you again.
Yeah, you like this.
Good job, Caleb.
Got a bad heart. Stop supporting shit, Max. Thank you. Don't be so fucking disappointed about it. Who the hell is that?
Well, like I said, if I get too much, you know.
That
Why
was
does he
Robbie
look like a
E's
wrestler?
tag team partner. He's in LWO. You literally
No, I
just voted for him to win.
I thought you said that was the last wrestling birthday.
No, you
Of
didn't.
course you
Those
didn't.
words never
Because we
came
literally
out.
just covered Linda McMahon and Terry Reynolds, and I don't know why I thought that. My bad.
No.
My bad.
It's okay, we're used to it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anywho.
who's that?
It's Joaquin Wild.
Shut up.
Martin Ryle.
I thought you just said Sam I Am. I said, that's not a wrestler.
Zima Ion.
Zima Ion, former
Walking Wild.
Yeah.
former Impact X Division champion.
Yes.
I
Why
don't
don't you
believe
just say his name just because I like the way you
He
say
also
it?
paralyzed the
Joaquin
guy once coming over the top rope
Joaquin.
for a little while.
Look,
Yeah.
look right to the camera and say it.
Joaquin. Anyway, former
38.
X Division. Shut up. Former X Division champion. I do believe he and Consequences Creed were a Impact Tag Team champions as well.
Him and Robbie E were.
Yeah, but I think that he and Creed were too. Sorry, Creed. Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
I think they were as well. Has he held? Did he hold any belts at NXT? I can't remember.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Tag
Either
team
way,
belts.
would you say 38?
I said 38.
Ooh, 30.
He'll be 37 on the 5th.
Man, I'm just off by 1 or 2 each time.
It's all right because I'm just gonna keep undercutting you. Normally, I have prices right. You.
I've already done better than what I did last week, so it doesn't matter.
This
I can't believe you got
What do
that
we got
one
next
wrong.
here, Maximus? In memory of Bruno San Martino?
Yes, on the 6th, 1935, 2018.
the
While
while
the last memoriam, I promise. And then
Okay.
we have like 4 wrestling birthdays.
while it is said that Ric Flair is the greatest world champion in history, that's inarguable. But the greatest WWE world champion in history is Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah, it's hard to
Held
argue.
the entire Northeast state alignment of New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey in a fucking chokehold.
Yeah.
Was champion over 2,000 days the first time.
Yep.
Dropped it to Don Morocco?
No, Pedro Morales.
Yeah, Pedro Morales. Dropped it to Pedro, then got it back for another 1,000 plus days. Held this championship longer than anyone else. The reign that Roman Reigns is attempting to beat and clear right now has always, will always, and forever will belong to this fucking guy.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
Built the back of the WWF on his own shoulders, which later transitioning under Vince, still continued in his later years to be world champion and fill seats in Madison Square Garden, only to be unceremonious released. Does a very brief stint in WCW, then goes on to work some of the younger territories as they're dying out, only to get offered a Legends deal after he swore he would never, ever go back because of how Vince McMahon Jr. treated him after his hard work and dedication to the company. Signed a Legends deal back in 2016?
Through Triple H.
Yeah, because Triple H brokered it and then passed away while under a Legends contract.
Yes.
If you know anything about wrestling history, again, he is the number one champion in the name of the game.
Yep.
While it is said Ric Flair is the greatest, all across the board for the NWA, this guy was selling out arenas before Ric Flair laced his boots up and got on the plane. I mean, there's no argument.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
All right, Demolition Smash or
Also
Barry
on the
Dorso.
6th.
Barry Dorso.
Repo Man.
But they were WCW World Tag Team Champions?
WWE World Tag Team Champions
WWF
for a
World
long.
Tag
They
Team
used to
Champions?
they were the third longest reigning tag team champions that the Usos had to upend. Them, then the New Day, then the Usos is the three longest reigning tag team champions of all time. He's up there.
It's got to be, right?
72.
I don't want to say he's older than Flair or Cornette. Well, he's older than Cornette. I don't want to say he's older than Flair. 65.
Almost. He'll be 64.
God
No point.
damn it. I knew he was older than Cornette.
Last birthday on the 6th is Banu.
Yes. That is the son of Jimmy the Superfly, or no, Alpha.
Alpha.
He was a member of Legacy for a very short amount of time.
He was one of the inaugural members. It was him, Ted DiBiase Jr., and Cody Rhodes.
And Deuce Snuka.
And those two got cut
Sim Snuka, sorry.
in place of Cody and Ted.
Manu.
Now Ted's going to federal prison, and Cody Rhodes is going to be the next world
He
champion.
runs a federation. I forget where it's at.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me see. How old's Orton's 43. Cody's 38. I'm going to say 36.
37.
How about 39?
Ah.
Nick, you got a point. Good
So
job.
proud of
I've
you.
got 3.
Buddy, you got more.
Gosh.
Got more.
I didn't have any last week. I thought I was doing good.
Now you're only
Oh,
5 down,
he's
which
a bully.
means you
He is a
still
bully.
pretty much need to
The
get.
smallest
fix
one of
him.
us. He's the biggest bully.
Picks
Makes
on
no
the wall,
fucking
boy.
sense.
I
Who
said
done that?
good job.
Hey, it's Terry.
Terry Rhino, former NWA World Champion, former ECW World Champion, former WWE World Heavyweight Tag Team Champion,
American history buff.
former Hardcore Champion, held a couple belts in Japan, former NWA Southern American Champion, which, if you did not know this, the man we had on our show last week, Bull Bronson, beat him for that championship
Yes, he did.
twice. Rhino's a hell of a guy. We've met him a handful of times, worked with him. Wealth of knowledge, loves the business, loves one of the younger
Oh,
guys.
dude, he's got American history on like the back of his hand.
Lives on a houseboat.
Mhm.
And also, we'll never forget the day he called Daniel Leeds a douchebag after Daniel Leeds and I got into a fight. And then Daniel Leeds went to Rhino and was like, "What'd you say?" And Rhino was like, "Called you a douchebag." Douchebag? And Daniel Leeds went up and fucked off and sulked. The man of tomorrow. Man, I'm sucking my dick. Couldn't fucking work his way out of a paper bag. Fucking prick.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope that he's watching too. He's
Me
not
too,
kinda-
because he's a piece of shit. No
Yeah,
one
I don't
cares.
give a fuck.
Not Rhino,
He's
the other guy.
his ass.
Rhino.
Rhino, though. Also, something rarely talked about Rhino. Best friends with Edge and Christian.
Yes.
They came up in the business together.
Yep.
Best of friends.
49.
50.
How about 48 on the 7th?
Damn.
No point.
I could have sworn over. Hey, also, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions was Heath Slater.
Yes.
Like 6 years ago.
Impact as well.
Yeah.
That's Aiden English.
Last wrestling birthdays on the 7th.
Aiden English, former NXT Tag Team Champion.
The Vaudevillains.
And husband to the daughter of Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
But y'all didn't know that dapper white man right there tagged a Latina queen.
He also sounds like Kermit the Frog.
You're welcome.
Dom Dom's brother-in-law.
Wow.
Yep. Aiden English is now the head lead commentator for Impact Wrestling.
And they just came out of retirement, the Vaudevillains.
Yep.
They lost.
House of Glory.
They lost their attempt at the House of Glory Tag Team Championships.
Yep.
That being said, 43?
42.
Little guess.
How about 36?
36.
Oh, yeah, he's still super
younger
super
than you.
Young, yeah.
No point there either, which means, Luke, you're going to have to get
All of
much
them.
all of the rest of these celebrity birthdays. There's only like 7 or 8.
Whatever.
Who first?
Zach Galifianakis.
God, he's lost a lot of weight, ain't he?
Obviously skyrocketed the fame for what, the Hangover films.
Yeah.
Had what the show
Between
Two Ferns,
Yep.
the mock talk
Hilarious.
show.
Yeah, hilarious.
I can't stand it, but I'm sure that there's an appeal to it.
Absolutely hilarious.
Wasn't he also? He was in a movie with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, called Due Date.
Due Date. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot more than that, but I'm sure
He was in the campaign against
the campaign with Will
Ferrell.
Ferrell. That's right. That's right.
He was in Dinner for Schmucks.
Oh yeah, with him and Steve Carell.
He had the mind control over
Yeah.
Steve
And
Carell.
what was it? No, not Rob Lowe. The fucking guy from Hancock.
Oh, Jason Bateman.
Jason, yeah.
45.
Well done. Ooh, 46. I think he's way old.
How about 54?
Wow, did not realize he was in his 50s.
You know what? 54 is a 45 more than.
What is the answer, Martha?
Answer is 9.
No, it's 8.
No, it's 9.
You're right. I was just testing you. You passed.
It's 9. Sorry.
Forgive us.
All right. Is that Judi Dench? No.
Is that who?
What?
In my presence?
What? I can't see it on my screen. What is it?
What is it?
Oh, let's check from Sound of Music. What's her name?
Wow. Are you fucking kidding me?
Really, Luke?
I don't even have the picture and I know who it is. Oh my god. Julia Roberts? What did I Julie Andrews?
Julie Andrews. I just wanted to see if I could get his eyes to pop out of his head.
I thought they were going to. I thought his head was going to
Julia Roberts? Are you kidding me? Yeah. No.
You dare disrespect Mary Poppins and Mrs. Potts in this house of the Lord. Well, that's not true at all.
I was gonna say
that, my friend, is Julie Andrews.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
One of the most historic voices, a pioneer of Technicolor musical theater. Technicolor musical theater to television. The Sound of Music, Mary Poppins being the two of her biggest roles whenever mainstream musicals were being produced. Princess Diaries came at the twilight of her career. She also did Mrs. Potts, the original animated Beauty and the Beast. No, that is Angela Lansbury. God damn it. I even fucked it up. No. But she spent... Yeah, because Angela Lansbury was also the original Sweeney Todd, which is what I was going to say next. I'm glad I wasn't wrong. She did spend a number of years on Broadway, not just Broadway, the Cambridge Professional Theater, the Oxford Professional Theater, the Channel 4 and the BBC greenlit her several times in the late 70s and early 80s as a performer, and tragically lost her ability to sing after a throat surgery went awry.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is something that I didn't know, that I didn't know if y'all knew. The Princess Diaries was supposed to be a musical.
Yep.
And Angela Lansbury was contacted to record a song for Julie Andrews because of her throat surgery. She recorded the intro song, which was later covered by a rock band, but that entire movie was supposed to be a musical featuring Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews. So that's something you didn't know about a movie you've only seen a few times.
Yep.
Okay,
But you're welcome.
More than a
Did
few
you
times.
know that we're guessing what age she is?
Man, that's tough because I really want to say she's in her 80s, but she's probably in her 90s. 88, my guess.
86.
Well, 88 years old today.
Well,
Ah!
That's 10-3.
All right, what's next?
Luke, good luck.
Oh, it's this guy. All right. You know, he saved the world from an alien invasion once. Shitter's full.
He looks
That
just
Randy
as
Quaid?
crazy in both.
Yes, it
pictures.
is.
You know, he also saved leprechauns as well.
He also
The
had some
Legend of
wild
Leprechaun.
adult videos, too. Is that what you rub in your eyes?
No.
Trying to get the sight out of your mind?
He looks like he.
His
Randy-
daughter is a stripper.
Randy Quaid.
Looks
Who
like
I-
he's out to chase unicorns.
Randy Quaid, who I would like to remind people is the less talented of the Quaids,
Yes.
including he and his brother Dennis.
Dennis, yeah.
Which, by the way, if your parents name you Randy and Dennis, you can both go fuck yourselves. He's also a right-wing fucking lunatic. But not like... He's one of the more amusing, like, tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist lunatics,
Well,
which I
look
love.
at him.
Yeah. But was also genuinely a pioneer in comedy. Was one of John Belushi's best friends.
Yeah.
Later, Jim Belushi, obviously, they had a great friendship.
Fled the U.S. for tax evasion.
That's true.
He did.
And again, fucking National Lampoons.
Yeah, 100%.
Come on,
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie.
fucking Randy Quaid, Cousin Eddie.
How old is he?
Old enough to be shitting bricks. Sorry,
Watch the language.
sorry, shitting rocks. Thank you. I am so glad you got me. Is he in his 70s yet?
I'm going to say 71.
65.
How about 73
Son of a
today?
bitch.
Hey, I got another one.
Proud of you,
Good
buddy.
job, Luke. What? I can compliment him too.
I did the next one, Max. He's already seen it. I did it. So you see it up close.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot.
That, my friends, is Sting.
Dressed as Sting. Being performed by Sting.
That's Inception on stage.
Maybe we should give a little
Dream
background
inside
to that.
a dream inside a
So,
dream inside
when
a dream.
Sting, the wrestler,
Mhm.
wanted to start going by Sting, he had to talk to Sting, the musician. Or was it the other way around? Either way,
Flip it.
they both had the bleach blonde hair at the time, and one Sting pays the other Sting $1 in royalties.
The
every
singer pays Steve Borden $1 every year for royalties to
Right.
be able to use the name.
They had a
Sting.
handshake agreement. They never signed any formal contracts, but they've always kept it that there is Sting the musician and Sting the
It's
wrestler.
one of
Here's-
Steve Borden's
Okay.
Here's the
favorite
question,
stories.
though, Caleb.
Which Sting is which?
That's right.
That's a wonderful question. Is this Sting the wrestler or Sting the singer's birthday, or is it both? Wouldn't it be
It's
something
actually
if they
Sting
shared a
the
birthday?
musician. It
Oh,
is
Sting the
Sting
musician, so it's not Steve Borden. That's why you corrected me earlier, you prick.
I
Clever!
told you Sting was on there.
Good. That being said, I have a fucking clue how old Sting is. I know how old Steve Borden Sting is.
78.
70.
How about the 72?
I'll take it.
You can have Sting.
As long as it's not Stang.
We don't talk about
Who
Sting.
the hell is that?
That is Miss Gwen Stefani, is it not?
Oh, is that the one banging Blake Shelton?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that is
I
bananas.
don't fucking know.
BANE, or however the hell you spell bananas.
Oh
That's
my
her.
God. A-N-A-N-A-S.
No, that
She's
said-
a hollaback girl.
No, she's not. She said
Tragic Kingdom.
She says several times in the song
Hey,
she
hey,
ain't no
hey,
hollaback
hey,
girl.
hey, don't speak.
You know what I'm thinking?
Just don't speak. You're just a girl, I get it. Traveling through spider webs, I understand. How many more can I get in, do you think, before people start getting... Hey, y'all. So, yeah, Gwen Stefani, Grammy award-winning artist and chairperson on The Voice, and gets it regularly from Blake Shelton. I don't really know what else to say about her. I'm going to say she's every bit of 52. Caleb?
I'm sorry. You told me not to speak.
Well, you can speak now.
Gwen Stefani. I had no idea. 40. Fuck, I don't know.
How about 54?
There you go.
Got that one.
Which is
Good
40. No,
job,
we're not
man.
doing this bit again.
I mean, there's still no way you can win, but
Just let him
Hey,
have
you
the
got my
moment.
point.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God, just
Why do you
Captain
always have to
Buzzkill
make
over
it
I
there.
said
Wait.
congratulations on
Hey,
5 points.
Rudy
son.
didn't get to dress to the last game.
He didn't. Everyone cried when he was on the field. They carried him off in front of everybody.
It's okay, buddy.
You don't even
He
understand.
doesn't believe in you. It's all right, radio. Wow.
That is Susan Sarandon.
It is Susan Sarandon. Hi, Susan Sarandon. That's a Finding Dory joke. Welcome. She was in.
She was in this movie once.
Yeah, she's been in a few things.
Yeah.
She was in a movie about aliens.
Yeah.
A handful of times.
Yeah.
Has been featured in several alien-esque films.
Yeah.
You know what it's called? Avatar.
That was Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, that was.
They were both Sigourney Weaver. Never mind.
Yeah,
You missed the joke.
I got
Thank you.
Huh?
Nothing about it.
I missed it.
Never
100%. Honest to God, missed it. I don't understand. She was in that singing show. That singing movie.
She was in.
Shingen?
What is the movie with her and Julia Roberts?
Stepmom.
Stepmom.
Yes.
Love
good movie.
Fantastic. Thelma and Louise, obviously.
Yep.
That Rocky Horror show thing.
What?
That one show you do.
I've never heard of
The time warp
I
again.
don't
What's
know
that?
it either. I think I might have heard of it.
That's where I thought you were going with the aliens thing.
I was going to, but it landed too well to be a joke about how much she looks like Sigourney Weaver.
She doesn't though.
She does to me, which is the point of the joke.
Well, I know. I actually make that mistake myself.
Right. That being said, what was she in?
Thelma and Louise.
Rocky.
Balboa?
One
No,
and a
she wasn't.
half.
She was in the Banger Sisters. Have you ever seen the movie The Banger Sisters?
No, but I've seen two
Show
girls.
the
Her and Goldie
picture
Hawn.
of her?
Oh yeah, her and Goldie Hawn. Wait. Goldie
She
Hawn
shows her like
and,
boobies in that movie.
Goldie Hawn and la 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 la. She that was I'm sorry.
Suzanne, this
No, I was
lady
thinking of Meryl
and-
Streep. I was thinking about Death Becomes Her.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
she was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a
Never heard of it.
garbage.
I don't listen to hip hop.
Honestly, anyone who's ever watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show or been involved with the Rocky Horror Picture Show or spent 8 years of their miserable fucking life doing live Rocky Horror Picture Show performances are just bad people. I wouldn't recommend them.
Terrible.
Also worth noting
You
that
know
she
what?
hold on.
I agree with that statement.
She shits all over that movie
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and shits all over the live audience.
she almost
and the fan
died.
Interaction. No, she got a cold. Fuck that bitch. But yeah, she absolutely hates it. Absolutely hates the movie. But still, every year sends Tim Curry a Christmas card.
Of course she does, because Tim
'Cause it's
motherfucking
Tim
Curry.
motherfucking Curry. That being said, old.
Yes.
I want to say.
Real.
I mean. 78?
Hmm. 79.
How about 78 years old?
Oh!
Nailed it.
God damn, I'm
You
good!
would have got that question.
Woo!
You would have got that question. You wouldn't have got that question. I'd have been upset with you. Who are these children?
I don't know.
And
I
where
see
is
this
his
ugly
mother?
kid on TikTok all the
That
time.
is not recent. He is older than that now.
He plays a movie where he gets bullied for his face, which is basically a remake of Mask from the 1990s with the other kid with Lionitis and Cher.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue who he is. And I
What's
don't know
his
how old he
name?
is.
His name is Jacob Tremblay.
Tremblay? That's a dumb name, Tremblay. I'm going to bully you your entire life now. That's not true. I have a YouTube show and 7 people are watching. I don't know, 11?
Well, from this picture, he would be, but he's much older.
Oh. Mind if you want to change.
Oh, yeah. 15.
16.
How about 17?
17?
Nailed it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be. I've literally never seen the movie. I've only seen the.
Isn't it called Hope or something like
Yeah,
that?
so I've never seen it. I just know that it was dangerously close.
Was
to
it called
Mass.
Hope?
I honestly don't remember.
Owen Wilson plays his dad.
It's Owen Wilson and Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who we got next? Who is this lovely man on my screen?
It's me.
It is you.
That is our last birthday.
The hell is that?
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Oh.
Time has not been kind to John.
No. I get the cougar and I get the cat, but the John Mellon got left behind.
Yeah, it did. It's a little ditty about Jack and Diane.
He was on a bender the night before and showed up to the photo shoot late and didn't have time to.
He was the only one there
because of all the chili dogs outside the tasting.
The light kind of took him off guard from the flash of the camera.
Triple on them probably let me do it. No! I will not let you fuck me behind this tree, John Cougar. How dare you! But I will eat that chili dog because I'm a classy broad.
Pineapple.
Fuck you, Diane.
71.
I don't fucking care. I win. 72.
How about 72?
All right, what we got next? Are we getting into some bullshit?
Hey, before we get into bullshit,
because we haven't already.
Yeah, not at all. Hop on over to Facebook at Facebook. Hop on over to Facebook at Facebook.
Oh, well, you don't have to hop. You can walk.
You could also skip.
Saunter.
You could sashay.
What about galloping? Is that allowed?
No.
You are real serious about that. God damn. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna.
Anyway,
right on.
whatever method other than galloping, on over to Facebook.
Every other plausible way to do it, except for
if I see you gallop, God damn it. Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TV. Send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown at gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1.
I have a question.
Shut up. Check out Pro Wrestling on ProWrestlingThrowdown.com where you can answer Max's questions and access the
Merch Store.
Max, what's your question?
What?
Merch Store! How do you like it? How do you like it? How does it make you feel every week? That couldn't have timed out better. And God really teed me up for that. Anyway, how do you what?
What if we just have a coconut and click it together and make horse sounds and act like we're galloping? Is that okay?
I want to know why you're fucking with Ricochet again, knocking on his doors and shit. Ain't you leave Trevor alone yet? Can't that man get one single night without a burning
I would
pile
like
of crap?
to point out my own way that because it's Latin American Heritage Month, I get to bitch about this a little bit.
Okay.
There are 3 men of Latin American heritage featured on that opener.
I thought that was in September. It's October.
Oh, is it
No,
over?
it's
October 1st.
It's through October 15th.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got 2 more weeks of wearing a sombrero and not paying taxes. I don't give a fuck. What are they going to do? Deport me? They can't. I was born here. Anyway.
Can we deport you anyway?
Give it a shot. If Trump were still in office, I'd say go for it.
Right?
Now it's Biden. He's just going to stare at me and forget where he was.
All right, what you got first? What you got first for us, Max?
Is an argument between 2 vegans still called a beef?
No. Want to be called a tofu?
I don't know, but I don't feel like someone's going to walk up and like, hey, man, you and me got eggplant.
And if they do, run.
In this day and age, I think that means something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next.
You matter. Unless you multiply yourself by the speed of light.
Can you say that with more like clearly a little bit?
You
I'm
better.
sorry, that's really
Unless,
funny.
unless you multiply yourself by the speed of light.
Then you energy.
Then you energy.
That's fantastic. That's a science joke, kids.
Yeah, it is.
What science?
It's kind of like magic, except real.
Could you sleep out there?
Exactly.
Fuck
That's fine.
no! Put me on a bed next to a mountain where there's no other bed? Fuck that.
Why would you want that?
Put me in a fucking parachute.
Put me in more than one bed. What we got next?
Why do fish live in salt water?
Why do fish live in salt water? Why do they live in salt water, Caleb? It only works if you help me here.
Caleb, tell us.
Because pepper makes them sneeze. That's a fantastic dad joke.
It
And
is.
the only reason I'm mad about it is because I've never thought that before
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Somebody else came to that joke before me, and I am fucking livid about it right now.
And then I found it on Facebook and knew it pissed you off.
I am furious only because it's so wonderful.
Well, here's a dildo, my man. You're a peacock. You gotta let you
That's let me
fly.
fly. Boyfriend who dated
Boyfriend who dated 35 women and told each one he had a different birthday, so regular received gifts, is arrested for fraud in Japan.
Was his name Caleb?
I'm gonna guess this guy's name was
His
a
name was
lot
whatever you say
fewer
Caleb
syllables.
Japanese.
Ping. I could go so many ways with this and get myself in trouble. So I'm just gonna look away from the screen until it's
I
changed.
just feel like I wasn't creative enough. I could have PS5.
Yeah, you could have. We all could have had one live through you vicariously.
Whatever, man.
Instead, we got this busted ass game box. It was a GameCube and an Xbox. Man, we got game box.
We got
I don't know
Game
what to tell you. What we got next?
Well, what's Forrest Gump's password? 141. Someone please be my friend. That's fantastic. I love you, Jenny. White people.
White people.
White people. For those of you who need me to describe this in some detail, because I'm sure that's what you tuned in for. This is a group of white folk, I would assume from North Kakalaki,
Probably.
wearing Chinese. Oh, you picked today.
Is that dude's name Ravi Rangadoo?
Who the fuck is that?
Here we go.
Gentlemen, ladies,
Yes, dear.
may I?
Always.
I don't know.
Yes,
I
dear. What is it?
You like to hear?
May I?
Yeah.
It
Yes,
would be
dear.
my pleasure.
Well, hold on.
Hey, Ravi.
Hold on.
Wish you would.
Let me give you full screen.
Hey, Ravi. If you don't like our show, that's fine. I encourage you to do 3 things. One of which is find a country that we're not continuously dropping bombs on to live in. Number 2 is nothing. The other one is like it. You can also fuck off, fuck yourself, and fuck your sister. And if you won't fuck your sister, I will. Then I'll fuck your mother and give her someone, a sibling that you can be proud of. Also, if you come to our channel and you want to talk some shit, that's wonderful. And I'm sure this is all fun and jest. I try to be funny about it, but really today I'm in a very malicious mood. So go fuck yourself. And Max, if you would do me the favor, just because I don't care, hide it, block him, and get him the fuck off my show. And if you thought you were being funny by creating a fake account to rile me up, you weren't. You picked a bad day. And this goes for anybody else who wants to come on this show and talk shit to me and my brothers and my family about the show that we're doing. If you don't fucking like it, tune out, or I will send you my address. I'll send you the fucking ticket fare to get there. And you can come to my house. You can knock on my door. And when I come down steps, I will beat you 8 ways to fucking Sunday, walk back upstairs, and think nothing of it.
But you said I could just walk right in.
You can. They can't. Fuck you, Ravi.
All right.
Will you still beat me?
Damn it, that wasn't even funny. I got real mad about it. I'm sorry. You know what, Ravi? I'm sure you're a swell guy for a pussy. I apologize.
Probably white people.
By the way, that Chinese finger trap that there's connected that looks like an American flag looks a lot like Ravi's mom's vagina. Still connected to the head of whatever prick paid her enough to sleep with it that got her pregnant with him in the first place.
Woo!
Also,
Wow, that was
that was a little better.
That wasn't even. I'm really mean right now. I apologize, but also go fuck yourself, fuck your sister, fuck your mother, and
Hit us with the next one.
I'll fuck your dad in front of you.
Oh boy.
Want to get a cup of coffee sometime? Sure. How about 11 tomorrow? Oh, that's way too many. I like the ones I don't read before I read them.
Right.
Because that's really fucking good.
That is good.
Thank you, Max. Fantastic. Robbie's mom.
What we got next?
Whoa! Look at this tiny jet. That's my phone. It's in airplane mode.
Stop it.
I am Optimus Prime. I eat ass. Ketamine improved as treatment for depression. That's actually true.
This is a legit.
That's a real thing. Ketamine.
It was blown out of proportion and made
Here's
into
the
a
deal.
joke,
Here's the
but-
deal. When I had a stent taken out of me, I was put on that shit. That shit ain't no joke. That shit ain't no joke.
What
I
if
can't.
these-
No wonder it cures depression. You can't fucking remember anything.
One of their toxicology reports came back with ketamine. That's a very powerful sedative. Sedatives used all the time, doctor. Well, this one's used on horses. Name the movie.
Armageddon.
Thank you very much. Max gets a point. Luke sucks.
What we got next, Max?
When you accidentally block the most important letter in the word on national television.
You're welcome.
Big ass.
Eat balls.
And if you put them together,
That's some
Big
that's
ass eats balls.
You're eating some big ass balls.
Well, if you changed up the letters,
Why wouldn't you?
big ass eat balls. It's more of a
What?
statement.
No, that's more like an insult. Hey, big ass, eat balls.
Works though, right?
Hey, big balls, eat ass.
No, that's just
Which is basically how Max is all of his introduced on Tinder.
what it is.
I'm sorry, I stumped. That was gonna be funny, and I
He's-
stumbled. I apologize.
He's the rectum collector.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
What we got here? Stop it. My new Android phone with a data plan.
That's data.
Stop it.
That's data on a rotary phone. That's funny to me. A beehive without an exit is unbelievable.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Outstanding. Tales from the Turnbuckle.
Tales from the Turnbuckle returned yesterday with cancer awareness video, and we'll also return with the wrestling movies. This is the screenshot for the cancer awareness. The wrestling movies ones drops at 10:15 right after Monday Night Raw tomorrow night right here, youtube.com/pro-wrestling-throwdown. We talk about wrestling movies. We have a good time. Be sure to check it out, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
one more after this.
You know, the Earth is 71% water. That's uncarbonated.
That is accurate. So technically flat.
Wow.
That's a free man's way of thinking.
Just sum it up.
You're welcome.
Free man's way of thinking. Who we got next?
Okay.
Last one.
Girls wear thongs to chop their farts in half. Until we meet again.
Eat a dick, He-Man! Terrible.
Well, thank you all for tuning into this show. We really appreciate it.
Except Ravi.
Except
Fuck
for
his
Robbie.
mom.
Except for Ravioli. I was always more of a SpaghettiO fan myself.
Me too.
Probably
got a lot of
anyway,
beef.
Find us over on Facebook at facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. Follow us on Twitter at ProWrestlingTD. Send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok at ProWrestlingThrowdown1. You can also find us on streamlabs.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown or ProWrestlingThrowdown.com, where you can access the merch store. Fuck you, Robbie. Fuck your mama. Fuck your sister. Fuck your grandma. Fuck your brother. Fuck your daddy. Fuck your dog. Well, don't fuck your
Well,
dog. but you can
go
fuck
over to streamlabs.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown and buy
and
something.
we're
or
going to
we'll
get a
fucking
We
spend it.
Hate Rabbie shirt.
Woo!
because he can suck my knob. All right, so that being said from us to you, as always, keep it in the ring, a.k.a.
Eat
fuck
balls.
you, Robbie.
Eat balls.
Giant, big-ass eat balls.
Just big old
Balls.
Just balls.
Put my balls in your mouth. You suck them.
I wonder how long we could just stare her into his soul. Let's try. Max, where you at?
Huh?
Max, where you at? You gotta stare at Robbie and his mom.
I see what you're doing.
Don't
They're
fall.
menacingly angry.
The cameraman.
Gotta give him a creepy. Gotta give him a creepy smile. Creepy smile.
He always forgets.